Quack, quack.
Shadost just resubscribed for 2 months. Damn, 2 months, yeah.
I'm gonna find your face. I don't need to be okay. No, I got along with you. Alone, you're a bit lonely. Alone, you're a bit lonely. Hey, hey, it's going a bit lonely. It's gonna be a lonely day. Yeah. Who is that girl? She looks like a... Go. No. And the tile upon your face. Hey. Oh, okay. Okay. Hello, chat. Grinding on there, brother. Oh. How are we doing, people? Also, chat, very quickly. How do we like this as opposed to the lighty thing? I don't like the big ... thing. It's kind of like my screen's having a panic attack. But we're here and we're having a good time. How is shit, David? I prefer this version. It's a little subtler on the eyes. It's being held up by a mana crypt. Ooh. Makes you look healthy. Look at this. I look fine as f. What's good, bro? Listen.
Drink water. Become moist.
Good shout. Okay, chat, today, we have a selection of drinks. We've got a caramel oat quintoppuccino. or we have apple juice. I'm staying hydrated today, chat. You get to choose. What am I drinking? Coffee or apple juice? Choose my poison. Hi, Lauren. How are you doing, beautiful? It's nice to see you nice. Apple, say less. And it's amazing. Chat, how are we doing today? How's your day? How's your... Are you pregnant? I am. I'm glowing. That's why. Oh, Lord. Chat, so let's talk. How's your day? How are you? I'm good, thanks. What about you? Do you know what today is? It's not your birthday, is it, Lauren? Is it? Is today your... It's not your birthday, is it? Welcome in, chat. TikTok. It is! Oh my god, chat, can we get a massive congratulations on one complete soul of our system's rotation to Lauren. Happy birthday, Lauren. What is it now? 37? How is it? How is your day? It's 9 p.m. now, so... Hi, Lauren. I see... Wait, Lauren, was you in TikTok? Did I miss you in our TikTok chat? Is that what it was? I think I had... If not, then hello, Lauren, inside there. Well, happy birthday. I hope you had an amazing day. It is a little late for you now, so... The night is only just starting. Ari, welcome into TikTok as well. I hope you're having a good day. Look at this. You get to see... Thank you. And I'm 20. I know. I know. You're living the best life. But shout us. How's your day? How's your life? How's your life? Thank you as well for the tier 1 for your second. It's been 2 months since I've been back. Oh, it's the second month. Wait, have I been back for a month now, chat? Isn't there anything? And I was on TikTok, you came on to here. Look, see, and that's how you realize that we're back. I've been back now for, this is my complete 1 month now. I've not yet in, but neither are you. So let's go and watch Scooby-Doo. Hey, yo, Scott, how you doing? I am not happy. I know your name's not happy. You are Scott, and Scott means Scotland. Scotland forever. Look at that. Why not happy? Because life be good. Guess who's here? Shadows. I'm gonna fart in a microphone and make you smell your earphones. And tech support? Why? What's the tech support in regards of? Neither are you. Do whatever we wanna do. Why my FPS on TikTok chat is 30 FPS? That's a little weird. Oh, no. It's not true. I'm lying. I promise. It's not real. Wait, the schedule is live for TwitchCon Rotterdam. It could be Rotterdam or anywhere. Liverpool or Rome. Now, chat, we've got a thing that we're going to do today. Now, I am going to say... We are going to be doing a little bit of modded Among Us. We can do. So, chat, we are going to be doing, if we'd like to, we're doing Among Us and we'll do Minecraft. Same as normal. However, if you look inside my Discord server, we have a section that is... I need to mute the music because I'm going to listen to it and I just get distracted. And ADHD, all that jazz. Wait, private lobby sign up. And it looks like we have 6 people, right? I'm not going to do a lobby if we don't hit 10, right? 10 is a minimum. Among Us, with like, it's pish posh, right? So if you guys want to play Among Us with us when we do it, the lobby is going to be at about 10 p.m, which if you guys are in a different country for me, that's in 49 minutes. So in 49 minutes, we're going to be roughly going on to Among Us. We'll play some mods. Who knows? Could be fun, could be happy. I don't know. Haven't hosted a lobby in over a year, 2 years nearly. Hi, but it could be fun. It's definitely going to be more than just lightly modded, to say at the least. We love Jay's lobbies, and we loved watching Jay's lobbies. And also, I've just uploaded chat. If you haven't already followed the social medias, boom, there's a link inside of the chat for all of them. Go check out the TikToks and YouTubes. We did do a YouTube. I uploaded a YouTube short. I uploaded a TikTok today. It was kind of cool. It's to do with the Among Us lobby that we're in yesterday, so go check that out if you haven't already. Oh my god, I'm yapatronic today. I've had too much caffeine. It's because my head's going a million miles an hour. I had so much to do before we went live, chat. So much to do. The server's going to be live in a few days. There's so much... The YouTube channel linked in your About You here on Twitch, Lisa404. Does it? Coming down to the Why? Why you do that? Why is it do it won't even let me fix it live. I'll fix it later. I should probably fix it later, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll fix it later. If I do it now, I'll just forget what I'm doing completely. But yes, that is upsetting. I don't know why. It's the right channel. And I'm thinking without you. Let me show y'all what I'm doing. Ba ba da ba da ba da ba. It's fumbling home. It is. What's that? It's literally. I uploaded it. I uploaded it and went live, so I haven't done any of the right updates for it. But I like it. You can only go. Look, there you go. Go watch the rest of it. It's kind of fun. Oh, the links work for you? No, the links for the socials command, that one's the one that works. It's the, if you scroll down to my actual channel, if we go to here, and then you scroll down a bit, Ari's on about this one. Subscribe to my YouTubes. That is a broken link right there. See? Hey, Richie, how you doing, bro? Welcome, Sin. How's your day doing? How are you? Chat, you know what? You know what? I really like that without the dots. Was I just stupid balking? It is the balked. So, chat. We haven't decided on what it's going to be yet. And I know some people are going... Wait, I need to just... I remembered I haven't lurked in anybody's. It gives mermaid vibes. It does kind of give mermaid vibes, doesn't it? Let me just do a quick lurk on everybody that I know. I have a button that lurk. It opens all the tabs. It's probably not healthy for my stream, but it just goes... and opens all the tabs. Yeah, Sing, could I have your support in fixing Town of Us? I can't do it right now. Evan, how you doing, bro? Hope stream goes on. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you're having an amazing day as well. Oh, wait. I know where the song goes. I haven't played this in a while. Wait for it. I done the drop in the wrong part. Okay, that was anticlimactic of what I did. But I know where it goes. You could join? Arden. Do you know how to pass multiple arrays easily in a function with an unpacked parameter? Hey, Drew. Are you free, bro? How you doing, Arden? How's your day going? I'm helping Scott right now. Lovely. I hope somebody is helping Scott because I'm live. I can't do that. No. There we go then. Lamau. Oh, no, you're not free. Good. 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 Oh my God. So much to do today. Chat. HeroCraft is going to be live for private beta. And it's going to be live on Friday, right? Localized to your time zone inside my Discord server. If you go in there and check out on the... Let me see if I can just show it real quick. In the announcement section. And then I can go to here. Because I can't... I like my camera being here. Because you can't see the DMs. Strategic. So don't forget, chat. If you would like to be part of Smart, it was not a smart decision. It was just... It just worked. I might have done it 2 years. That's how I might have set it up originally. But I'm going to say big brain, smooth brain, super smooth brain. However, so if you've not joined into my Discord server yet, chat, don't forget !Discord. There it is. Boom. It's inside the chat. Join in. If you want to be part of the HeroCraft private beta, the closed beta, all you need to do, if you can see there's already 20 people that reacted to it. Which is great, because this closed beta is going to be cool. What do you get out of it? Look, chat, look at all these free things that you get. All this free stuff that you get if you join the private beta. It's freaking dope, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be so good. And chat, don't forget, if you have any friends that would like to join onto it as well, join with yourself, join with your friends, join with your dog. Who cares? Bring everyone. Bring your mother. I hope she's good today. How's your mother, chat? Is she okay? Bring on your friends. Just make sure that they join into beta test plushie. It's such a cool incentive. Yeah, so that's me. That's a me one. I was like, you seen how many plushies? I have seen how many plushies you've had, Ari. Now imagine an Ari plushie. When you squeeze it in the heart, it goes, hey, listen. Chat, if you didn't know, Ari is the original person that goes, hey, listen. It's Ari's voice. But you didn't know that. Now you do. Lies? Nah. It's true. Boom. Now, to answer a couple of questions very quickly on what HeroCraft is and what it entails. Chat, I'm not going to lie. HeroCraft is a Java-only server. It's never going to be never going to be Bay. It's never going to be Bedrock. It is always going to be a Java server. It's never going to be cross-compatible. We're never going to have Java Bedrock. It's never going to be Bedrock and Java. It's just Java. If you play Bedrock, I'm sorry. All right, we'll start doing some PC giveaways soon, I guess. So I guess that leaves me down to hello, Tyson. How you doing today, bro? Hope you're having a good day. Right. Talking about it now, Lamau. Get Shaq as well. It might. So chat, here's what I'm going to say. Forge Fabric impossible with Bedrock. Not only that, the server. 100 goal is for complete cost of web dev. Cool. Let's get that one covered quickly. How are you? Are you saying oh, you're saying hi to Ari. Tyson, how's your day going today, bro? Cool, go for it. Simbaby for sure. I'll try to get him on board. He's busy working on it. It's fine. Say hi. Right, chat. I've got Shadows to join because I feel like Shadows might I'm not giving away Zine, I'm not doing it. So I'm gonna wait for Shadows to hear because I feel like right, so chat, listen. So what we're gonna do is I'll explain. Here's the stitch. I'm going to be uptight, right? And we are looking for somebody who would like to earn a free gift on HeroCraft, right? So here's the catch. Drew and crew want to give away, and I am not going to do it. I'm just saying this is what they want to give away, and I'm not saying yes to it at all. They want to give away a free house to somebody in the server. King position? Nuh-uh. They want to give away a free... They want to give away a free house, right? This, to me, is a no. I'm going to say I'm not giving away a free house. I will say I'm not giving away a free house. That is months and months of constant grinding. You'd be getting a free house. Now, here's the catch. Free house in real life, yeah? Nah, I know where you live. I'll come after you, Shadows. You know that. So, here is the catch. The catch is we've got a little bit of a monetary goal to hit. And this is for HeroCraft. So, it's not a house. I'm saying this now. It's not a house. However, you've got to earn this gift. This gift is we have a £100 goal that we want to hit. That's just because I don't want to pay for I don't want to pay for the domain. I don't want to pay for the website. So we're going to leave it to somebody else. However, there's an incentive, and I don't know what it is yet because I'm not giving away a house for this. A house is months and months. You'd have to convince me. Like, I mean, you'd really have to convince me to give away a free house over a £100 dono goal. So this is why I'm saying there's a dono goal. It's this big. It's for HeroCraft. If you guys hit it, I'll give away one. If one person covers it, I'll give it to that person. If multiple people cover it, multiple people are going to be put into a pool, and we might even decide to give everybody something. However, here's what I'm saying. It's not a house. Unless I'm convinced. I really, really don't like the idea of giving away a free house. I really don't. Do you know what a free house can do? Is what I'm saying. A free house on the server means you have a constant place to chat in private, to decorate. It's just, it's sin possible, chat, okay? It is sin possible. So what I'm going to say is, maybe not. Unless I'm convinced to. All I'm saying is the goal is 100 Great British pounds, not dollars, you freedom currencies. It is £100 dono. If it is hit, who knows? Something on the levels of, maybe it's a mythic weapon. It's not a mythic weapon. I'm pulling your leg. There's no way I'm giving away that. But I'm just saying, it's going to be something that's kind of gnarly and kind of big. It's not going to be full text caves. I'm not doing a free house, though, because that'll hurt my brain. If I hit that right now, will I get a house? Yes. No. Maybe. Who knows? Sure. Why not? You know what? Why not? If somebody hits it, fine. You know what? I'll bite. You know what? It. Yeah, cool. You get a house. It's the only time I'm saying it. Though I can't contribute to any dolo at the moment, I hope it gets reached. Ari, I can't wait for you to just be a little bean on the server anyway. That's what I'm looking forward to. You're just a little bean. You know what, chat? If it's hit within the next, like... if it's hit before we do... If you donate 200... Sure. Sure. I mean, 100 of it's going to the web development. I'm just going to keep the extra 100. It's... Chat, you haven't seen the house, though. Like, let me see. Yeah, there you go. Not pay to win. It's really not pay to win. I want people to realize. Pull it up, Sin. Argue text. Right, so look. This is one of the houses that you'll be going to. Nah, it's a joke. It's not a joke. You'll actually get a house. The thing is, chat, what you don't realize is you don't get to store your items anywhere right now. You just have them. And then you will be putting them away in a safe location, which we will, when we can, bring out. And correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, an apartment, right? Which you can't alter. You cannot decorate. Nothing about it is real. However, you will get an actual house. Here's the deal. You can decorate it however you want. And why am I allowing this, bro? I don't want to let houses. It's such a player advantage. A small apartment is in the future, but not likely for release. Let's only base it. That's why I'm saying for a while. You want an hour? You can have that for free. It's not you paid for it. So here's the deal. You will get one. I don't know why I'm agreeing to. I don't want to do this, but fine. You know what? Just this is it. It's a tiny little house. You can place things in. You can do it. And now here's the deal. So Shadows, you were about to lose out on this because if I'm correct, Scott just said, hey, if I pay 200, can I get 2 houses, for one for him, one for Ari? And I said, yeah. So Shadows, here's the deal. It's first come, first serve. So whoever does the dono, they get the house. I'll buy. Shadows, do you want a house? Because I'm at a low point. Sure. I'm giving in. I can't be bothered doing the arguments. So whoever donates 100, they get it. But if Scott does 2, I can't say no to that. That's just me doing... That's pay for me to win. Because I'm designing the website as well. The thing is, chat, what you don't realize, there is no way to store your items 100%, especially in beta. You can't decorate anything. You can't craft anything. So at least here, you can have chests. You can... You're not happy? Are you still doing tech support? Is that the problem? You can have chests. You can have a place where people can chat. You can do private deals. Stream Elements is fighting Scott. You have to find a hidden barrel and stash your stuff. Exactly. You can't store your stuff. No, I mean like in the houses. There's no way. Mustache. Scott, you gotta be quick, bro, because if Shadows beats you to it, bro, that's Stream Elements disliking you. But look, look at all of the fun things you can put. Imagine having a secret. I'm trying to donate you 200. Nah, I don't believe it though. Maybe it's because you're donating too little. That's what it is. Donate and we will give away something that's called buying. No. It's not. You could put a lot in it. You really could. Stream Elements ain't working. Oh, Scott, you know what? You are somebody that I trust enough. Right, listen, Scott, I'm going to do something that I have never, ever done in my career, right? And you cannot... You've got to promise that you don't do this, but what I will do, because I can trust you enough to do this, I'll DM you something that you can do instead. Because I trust you with the information. You just cannot... You are not allowed to share this information. It's private information. I can tell you, not even like my closest friends on Twitch have this. So what I will do, I will send that. Do not share that information. There you go. Chat, what did I do? I just sent them my banking information directly. Damn, 200 is wild, not gonna lie. That's fair. You cannot share the information. It works. Did I just send you? I just sent my banking information and that works. Chat, I hate life. He's okay, he's hiding it. Okay, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. So chat, look, so there's your two houses. That's the chat options, that's what you're getting. Boom. Hashtag robbed. Bro, I'm telling you, he was faking it all along. Oh, Lord. Right. Let's go back onto... Now I can see here. Cool. I love this song. Has anybody seen Umbrella Academy? I'm getting distracted. I'm muting the song again. So, my Stream Elements is working. That's so annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. Stream Elements worked. And I've just sent you my freaking personal details. Credit sealer. Ari's fixed it. So here's what it is. So you'll get the house. That's it. The difference is you can't store your items anyway. You got to find a barrel, stash your items, go back to it, boom, and hope that somebody didn't steal it. Ooh. Or when we bring out the apartments, then you can store things in there, but you can't decorate it. The plus side to this is you get to store your items. You now have a personal place that you can sit and reside in. Oh my god. That's amazing. That's amore. You know what I mean, chat? I meant we fixed. I think Ari fixed it. It's just, I'm not happy giving away a house. I also just think, you know what? Why not? I guess. Don't oversell it now. It's just, no, but yeah, of course, no, yes. If I'm gonna sell a house, may as well do it. How much for a mansion? The big houses. Sin hate. I really do hate the idea of a free house because it's so hard to get one. A house is really good. He's just, yeah, I am salty. I've worked so hard on the server and now we're giving away a free house. Yeah, I'm pissed. Since it's the government, yeah, I know. You're in luck. My PayPal ain't having it. See, you're in luck. That's also a win and a loss because now you're saying, hi, bless you. That's also saying you're in luck. However, your goal's not getting hit. It's like a catch-22. But yeah, Zine and Drew are right. I hate the idea of a free house because I'm like, damn. However, if you were to get it, you'd also be, I guess, we'd have to label you as like a backer. Aye. Also, Scott, you say that your ADHD doesn't like spelling errors, and yet you don't know your and your. You'll get your name in the credits, like at the end of the game when we have a credit reel, and a roll in Discord. Yeah, I think any donators are gonna get because I need to set up like a Ko-fi and stuff, and I think we'll do like a donator roll, and then that'll be cool for that one. But you know, is it still on? It is still on. But that's my amore. I think there's a whole thing in Discord you have to read after stream. Chat, I just got fired for giving away a free house, didn't I? I just got fired. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let me see if I just read that correctly. One, yes. Two, yes. Three, sure. Four, no. Five, no. Six, no. Seven, no. 1, 2, and 3, yeah. The rest of them, no. I don't like it. It feels gross. I hate the other ones. The housing one. I don't like it. It just makes me feel gross. That's not a hype enough song. That's a hype song. Like, just put a tag on your soul. Huh? Not what? I didn't see that bit. I'm reading the houses thing. What do you mean? I'm referring to this. 1, 5, and 10. 10 I can sort of get around, but 20, 51, and 500 I hate. I don't like it. We're removing so much aspects. IMO anyway. Chad, don't forget as well, tagging your soul while you're at it. Huh? I don't get what you're saying. Really hate whales. It really does though. Like, just put a tag on your soul. Yeah, selling out. Tag your soul while you're at it. Not really. I'm saying that it's that gross. Oh! I'm a moron. I'm like, what? Are you could... My brain just went, what? Yeah, no, I don't... No. Listen, I will say... There's one thing I will say. I'm a huge sellout. I said it 2 years ago. I'll say it now. Right? I said it all those years ago. I'll say it today. I don't care. If I get rich, I get rich. If I get rich, you guys get rich too. It's as simple as pie, right? Meat pie, and meat's an anagram for team, and we are a team. Did I just make a saying up? Yeah, that's it. I think he said it in Shaun of the Dead. He did. Damn, I didn't make one. How much do I need to donate for you to make a full text caves? You want to make a cave that's full of text? Stop, Zine. See, okay, you guys think I'm money focused? See this guy right here? I'm about to crack the render videos in... Wait, I think to crack a way to render videos in vanilla Minecraft. Oh, like literally in Minecraft. Okay, that's kind of cool to be fair. I like that idea. If you want me to make bad things, you pay extra. No, see, no, okay, listen, chat. Stop giving Zine things that he could potentially put into the server by giving us money. Stop that. I'm not going to allow selling out on this server. So like I said, listen, chat. Full disclaimer. I don't. Money's money. Hey, gobble, gobble, gobble. It's all money in my eyes. But what I'm saying is, If the dono goal gets hit of 100, you'll get a house. Straight to your PayPal, I'll take care of the rest. Zane. I will, but that's the main point. Let me snooze this as fast. It's progress, not bad things. I'm a Scouse woman. That was just so stupid of a joke. I've got this coffee sends me loopy. I really shouldn't drink it. It sends me so loopy. Should not be drinking it. Oh, I shouldn't be drinking that. If my mother were watching, wait. Okay, good. My mother's not watching. If my mother was watching, I'd be in so much trouble. What's a text cave? It's a Magic the Gathering thing. So let me take it out of its slab. So this thing is a Magic the Gathering card, right? These are my life. So back in the case it goes before I do something stupid. Shh, chat, you didn't see anything. So yeah, so Magic the Gathering cards. You have so you have things called lands, and then those lands can be caves. And Drago really likes caves that have full text because it's basically, long story short, it's just not worth it. Also, wait, by the way, Drew, I didn't even say earlier to say thank you for your 20 bits. I'm so sorry. I donated all that massively. Hear me out. We'll sell a stone button that kills Sin's character when you push it. That's just not no. If anything, I'd reek the money from that 100%. Because it's altering my life. Don't bully the Simpson. Exactly. Chat, if you guys ever did something like that, I'd be... I'm not opposed to it, right? But hear me out. This is a very stupid idea, right? I'm not opposed... This would be really funny. I'm not opposed to this idea. However, I'd be setting a goal at like 1... 500, and I would 2 make it a one-time push only, right? It'd be like I'm not kidding. No, not 500 bits per push. I'm saying like it would be £500 for the button in game, and you get 1 push, and that's it. So use it wisely. I'm not bothered with that. It can be we can find a way to write that in. If he's benefiting, I mean, no. Oh, but listen, I'm 100% taking every penny out of that. I hope you know. You're going to kill me at a random time and allow people to just loot me. I'd say 500 bits. See, because that's what you just want me. You just want me to die. Full text gift? No. We can't do that. Okay, wait. I did miss though. I did miss a message that was from the one and only. I am the one and only. Where was it? Is there like a quantity discount? Yeah, if you do, if you want to push it 3 times, 1,000. No, chat, I'm joking. We can't. I don't think we could physically do that. I'd end up getting killed in it. I do like the idea. I think it's funny, but at the same, wow. So get 3, pay 2. Exactly. If you want 1, you pay for 1. If you want 3, you pay 2. That's a discount. You're getting a good 50% free. 11? Huh? Yeah, I wouldn't sell a kill Sin button. Shut up. Yes, you would. WC? What's WC? Chat, I swear you guys talk wrong chat. Absolutely wouldn't do. I didn't. Absolutely would not sell a button that does that. I'd do it for free. No, see, that's where I'm like, no. I think it's a funny concept though. The kill Sin button. I think the kill Sin button would be funny if we did it once. But it'd have to be like somebody in game finds a button that is like a dark. Perry the platypus? A platypus? Perry the platypus? Kill sim button. Could one be done? Could it be done so that it only triggers once though? And I swear to God, I'm making people pay for it to start with. And there's only one going on sale. Just today, for every 500 bits, you... No. That's stupid. 500 bits for one day, just for one No, I make like $5 per death in a game that's... Fam, I die so much. There was a stream that we done like 2 weeks ago, and I died 58 times. It was just boring. I got so angry I wanted to end stream. No. It was just boring content for me. Rage baiting and a formal British does not work. You can't be angry about that. I can when I've got to convert it from your shitty freedom currency and put it into the glorious Great British Pound, and I end up getting less because our value of currency is more than yours. Jeez. Hey, Sarah. I'm just saying, I mean, if you're doing like, think about it. 58 times 5, right? That's $290. Times that by 78. Oh no, you have to convert the global currency of your island currency. Sorry, who colonized who? Sorry, who gave who freedom? Sorry, who let you have your rights back? Sorry, who can go to high school and not worry about coming home at night? I'm sorry. Who can't go to a gas station if you're female late at night because you're scared of walking alone? It's crazy that, brother. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Your freedom currency comes with very little freedom. Who colonized 90% of the world? I mean... Bless you. Okay, right, you guys have got me doing it. Cool. You guys have done this. This is your fault. Oh, wait. Wait, an easy one. We don't have a health problem in our country. Oh, wait, we also have National Health Service. Oh, wait, we don't have police brutality. Oh, wait, we have a decent education. Oh, wait, we have better right. Oh, wait, we have better equality. Wait, we have better jobs that pay. Oh, wait, we have better roading. Wait, we have better. I could go on for days. We have good. That's not the solution. Zine just chat. Okay, chat. I'm so sorry. Zine shot you all in the foot with his literal gun. Gun solved 99% of this. What's the 1%? High schools. That's the 1%. If guns solve 99% of the problems, what's the 1% of the problem they don't solve? Going to school in the middle of the day and coming home early because your best friend Ben got shot. Oh my God. Yeah, but America has me, so that means it's not all bad, right? That's true, Ari. The America does have you, so that's why it's okay. I have my headband in. That's not really the big of an issue here. What do you mean? It's... You're making me do it. This is from 2018, chat. Imagine bless you. Bless you said, imagine not getting free refills. We do. We get free refills on any drink we get. We just don't have a weight problem in the UK as opposed to the US. Wait. I know exactly what song needs to go on here. Is this what Rosa Parks wanted, chat? This. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. Now, I see what you're saying, Drew. However, you don't want me to show you the up-to-date version. Because I promise you, it's a lot worse. I'm not going to continue to look at it. I'm just saying, chat, let's not have the debate of which country is better. God save the Queen, shall we? School shooting is defined by one person shooting one person over school or college. I feel like we're delving into a bad topic here, chat. Okay? I'm just going to say, let's just admit that the UK is better than the US. Finger hearts. And we can all move on with our happy little lives. Now, also, as a side note, moving on from that, chat, you ready? Moving on. And Germany's the best. Richie, listen. We've been over this, right? 1936 called. No. So. Yeah. Right, so. Don't forget, chat, if you're not in Discord, join into our Discord server. We do have an Among Us lobby with the community set up to be in the next 10 minutes. Let me just double check what the lobby signups look like. There are 7 more people. Don't forget, chat, join in, react, and make sure you do react. He wasn't even... he lived in Liverpool, and that's my hometown. He lived in Liverpool for a while with his brother. So make sure you are joining in there. Make sure that you do get up to date with the Among Us mod that we do have listed inside the modded Among Us folder. React to it if you want to play the game. We're going to be playing with community. It's going to be cool. Kind of a little bit of a vibe where we go, hey, listen, and we start accusing people.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hi, Arva. How you doing? We were just talking about a lot of very non-controversial stuff. As David did. Reading OP rules right now. You're looking at a 50 to 500 knife crimes this year. Listen, Scott, we're jumping off that topic now. Fun. What on God's heaven was that? Oh, you're reading through that. Chad, don't forget, if you do sign up, don't forget as well, again, just to announce to the people, if you're new and you've not been here today and this is the first time you tune into the stream and you haven't heard me say this already, we are doing a Minecraft server that is called HeroCraft. If you know what that is already, join into our Discord server, look over into my announcement section and react if you want to be part of the private beta. Okay? The best country, like Turkmenistan. I think the whole chat agrees no. Well, good try though. New topic, why Sin should move to America. I would move to the States. I know it's a terrible country, but it's better than the UK's governmental system. It's not. You guys have got Biden. I'm so sorry. It's like, look, the entire argument was, the entire argument was, what would you rather have, a p or a racist? I'd rather have Trump, not gonna lie. Anyway, moving on, chat, moving on.
Double kill.
Moving on. No more topics of controversial topics such as war, race, or government, okay? Politics, that's the word I was looking at. No more political shit. Let's move on from it. So, HeroCraft, roleplay, medieval, and fantasy server. Join into my Discord server, ! Discord is inside of the chat. It's there right now. Boom, there you go. There's also one that is pinned in the top in case you missed that. The private beta is going to be live from this Friday until this Sunday. It's localized to your time zones inside the Discord server as well. React with it with a little Minecraft icon that you see for your own little faces. And you can join in. It'll be kind of cool. Bring your friend, bring your dog, bring your mum. Who knows? Your best friend might also be your dog. Your mum might also be your best friend. But your dog will never be your mum. Remember that, chat. Sin, are we doing Among Us at 10? Yeah, so it should be in about 10 minutes-ish. Yeah, politics bring a lot of controversy. Oh, Arthur, you missed a lot. Yeah, I went to town on the Americas. And the Americas went to town on me. Because I'm into Wales. Oh, my lord. So, caves, nope. Probably deserved on Americas. That's what I'm saying. So, Among Us. We are going to be going on to Among Us. I forgot the TikTok's here. Hello, TikTok. Oh my god, hello, TikTok. I'm so sorry. I forgot about you guys. Your mom, maybe you... Scott, you can't tell me that I need to focus on how my spelling is when I made a spelling error. You need to learn what ewer, and ewer is. Please, for the love of my OCD. And tucking my hair into my headphones so it doesn't pop out at the side. Ugh. But your mum will never be your dog, chat. That's what I will tell you that for free. Spelling error couldn't be me. And you missed an apostrophe. You should have went spelling error, and that would have been no funnier. TikTok, listen, I did neglect you, and I'm so sorry. However, hear me out on this. Oh well, take that L. What I'm gonna say is, TikTok, if you've been sitting here, Ari, we've been forgotten. No, you've not been forgotten. I could never forget about you. You are the Ari. You are the one and only sunshine. What I will say to chat is, TikTok, you are currently in 30 FPS, and my encoder stays very low priority. However, what I will say, come over to Twitch, twitch.tv/IntrustyHD. It's the same as my TikTok username, SYNTRACTYHD. That's me. Come and check us out. Until then, TikTok, I'm going to wave goodbye to you. Hey, Twitch chat, say goodbye to TikTok Live. We're going to say goodbye to them now. Bye. They're all... you guys are losers. Bye. Goodbye, TikTok. Oh, I'm so sorry. Morty. Bye. And now we've ended. Look at that. Also, Among Us, we're using normal vision, pop version, pop previous. I have no freaking... Listen, Drago, you're talking chess to me, bruv. You are talking chess. I've not played Among Us. I've not hosted Among Us lobby in a long time. Shush. We're going to figure this out as a TM.
A TM? What's a TM?
You mean a team?
What? Well, I don't know what a TM is, SpongeBob.
A team is... F is for friends that do so. What is meant by magical beings? Find that out when we're in there. That's the fun part. We hate TikTok. We do not hate TikTok. Goosen. Young. Maybe there are wizards. Maybe there's fairies. Maybe it's Maybelline. You guys don't know. I like that. Right, let's get us some Among Us open chats. Don't forget, we need more people. We need more people to... Whoa, what did you guys do? You guys really ruined the Counting channel. Let's look at the Among Us sign up. Let's go in there. Let's see. Did anybody else sign up? We got 7. 7 out of 10. We need 3 more people. Let's go to the Among Us and go. We need 3 more sign-ups. Otherwise, I'll kill you all. Do I stream Among Us or not? You should stream Among Us if you want to. I'm not going to restrict what you do. It's your life, but you do what you do. You know what you do. We'll be having fun now. It'll be kind of cool. I don't want to be murdered. Yeah, you will. I'm sorry. Oh, no, not the killing. I'm going to kill everyone in-game. Of course, it's only in-game. Let me see. What did I miss on? I'm going to sit in the... Don't forget, chat, it's in waiting room. We're going to go in game with viewers, and I'm going to do this. Boom. And I'm deafened. That's all cool. It's going to be cool. Yeah, we're going to be doing some Among Us. I've not played Among Us in a while on stream. We played it yesterday, but it was with streamer friends. Today, we're going to be doing it with community. And if community goes good, I don't mind doing a little bit more of community Among Us again. Who knows? I remember, like, if you remember, like, once upon a time, we had to have, like, 3 different waiting rooms because we were just doing it. Finally, the ultimate American thing, I can order from a local restaurant a bucket of spaghetti. I feel like Italy might not be proud of that. Want me to drag people into Game of VC? Chilling in the waiting room for now, and then when we do, then pull them in the Yarth. That way very stressful times. It's gonna be very fun. Who knows? We need to get is Shadows, because it's 2 minutes to. He needs to be here with Fake Shark, and if he's not here, I'm going to literally kill him. I get to delete my banking information from Scott now. Oi. Lobby time. Now. You late, it's a strike. Call my name. See, you still the same. Also very intrigued. No, don't do that. What, like, is the max warning points you can get, and what's the punishment? Well, the max punishment is banned for life by via IP. Max warning points. I'm gonna say test the system, but also don't test the system. Drew, did you come up with a maximum before you get banned? What was it? My name. So it's funny that you mentioned as well, because do you remember Waiting Room 3? Like back in the day? Does it come with an actual bucket? Is it just a terrible unit of measurements? I really want to know. Who knows? It could be like, I don't know. Like when people compare it like 2 elephants per jar of coffee. Do you know what I mean? Like how many coffee jars does it make to film what you're doing? Waiting Room 3 gang used to be like with Darth yourself. I remember Darth more than anyone for some reason. Like he's just drilled into my skull. Waiting Room 3 days. 30 points total. It's class D. Oh my god, yeah. No. There was specifically, and like Olivia. I mean I love Liv. But Pepperidge Fat back in today. Waiting Room 3 gang. It was the over 18 lobbies. Yeah, she was so funny. I love Liv. Liv pops into chat every now and again. I'm actually still really close friends with Liv to this day. We talk on the Snapchats. And it's like, Yas queen. I'm like, don't date that guy. He ain't worth your time. You know? Because I'm such a good friend and all of that stuffs. Right, chat, let's go and change ourselves over to the Among Us. If Shadows is late, chat, this is your 5-minute warning of being late. If you are late, you will not be allowed into another lobby. I'm just going to say that to you. Don't be late. We don't do that. Love the sass. Yas queen. We don't do any of that. No sass with no ass, though. Yas queen. Imagine being late. Couldn't be me going live late. However, I don't know if you showed the pots. Wait, what? Warning points fall after your account after 60 days. One updated 30 days previously. Okay. Crew link? No. I am not doing crew link just yet. We will do crew link another day if all goes well. However, for today, no. It's just modded Among Us. Give it free. Let's change the title and go modded chaos. It's going to be chaotic modded Among Us with nope, that's a space, with viewers. There we go. Whereas used to be in waiting room. The thing is, waiting room 1 and 2 would always have people, like, it'd always have like 1 person or 2 people gone, but you guys would just sit in waiting room 3 and just wait and be like, nah, this is our lobby. This is what we want to do. Oh yeah, you still have to supermod a couple of us. You need reminding to do that afterwards. That's my goal then. Let's see. Join. Let's see. Let me see. Drew, are you playing Among Us? Everyone's, yeah, all the cool kids wanted to join waiting room 3 and was like, nah, get out. Leave this place. Is it okay if I can only play an hour or so? Just want to get some time to eat dinner before you next... Yes, Ari, don't worry about it. That is completely fine. We had all of the cool kids back then. The waiting room 3 was the place. If you can drag everybody in now, that'd be great. I'm loading up Among Us. It's going to be 504.2. I hope all my mod saves are still here, though. That's what I forget. I hope. Who knows? It's gonna be cool. I'm looking. I'm low-key nervous, but also not nervous. We are good. We're fine. We'll be fine. Chat. We'll be fine. Do you still have the waiting rooms? Yes. I still have waiting room 3. Wait, do I still have waiting room 3 specifically? It got changed to tech support, I think. I have waiting room 1 and 2, but waiting room 3 got renamed to something. I just can't remember what it was. There might be another waiting room 3 gang. There might someday be another. If people like the 7. Okay, that's cool. Right, let's go into here and let me just do boom. Just like that. Let's go to online. And we're gonna it's gonna be NA. Let's do this with 2. The map. The fungal. I've not done the fungal yet. It's just just that. Filters. What? I've not had to host a lobby in a long time. There you go. I've got the code. Let's go into viewer text, and it's going to be... There you go. This code. I'll be joining right now. You better. This will be cool. So far we've got... Shadows, is Shaq there as well? Because we're missing. Yeah, it looks like we're missing. Make sure you're looking in viewer text chats. Viewer text. There we go. Yeah, look at me real quick, running around because you feel real slick, because you're just not cool as me. That's me, sitting past the HD. Don't think we can view it. You can view it, I'm pretty sure. Wait, oh no, wait, if Ari's there. Look inside of gaming with viewers chat, okay? There you go. The perms are... I've changed a lot to do with my server. Fungal is interesting and can be fun. I've played it... I've played it once, and I think I broke it. Let me just do for... Is it Drago? Yeah, Drago. It's in the view... Look. It's in the gaming with viewers voice chat. That's where it is. Okay, that's great. I can just tell them it. Yeah, that's okay. Don't forget, it's on NA, right? We're doing NA. RIP, I know. Duh. NA dash this. I think I remember because we used to have a dedicated code giver. That's what we used to have. Can people really not see viewer text anymore? That's mad. Permissions. Oh, it's a private channel now. Wow, there you go. Okay, now you guys can see it. Okay, it's in the same spot. It's I sent it to you in your DMs, Ari. And also in the same spots, yeah. It's in all 3 channels. Oh, okay. Yeah. Don't worry. I have no idea how to get it. Sorry, it's okay. I don't know how you can get it on the version that you play on. That it's a confusion. Let's see. Did I fix it? I think I fixed it now. Drago, just see if you guys can see inside the text. Hello, Ari. Right, let's go to my where's my Town of Oz? Load custom, slot 1. I have no idea what roles are on this. I'm just saying. Grenadier, Super, what is Vanero, chat? I have a Google Drive link. What do you mean? Right, I don't... Oh, I've got... Bomber, sure, let's do 40. Warlock, let's do 40. It's just going to be chaos. I have the very, very old version where you could go up in intervals of 5, and I refuse to change it. Yeah, not the official... It is. I just have the... I have the version, or... No, it's because I have it injected. Game credit is Synsos. Synsos 40 for 40% off all your Synsos pieces. Hold on.
AF.
Oh no, hi.
There we go.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I was telling them the
What
code.
the
Yeah,
hell?
I'm gonna deafen again. Goodbye. I just casually went back to Ari reading out the code. Discord to be my server overlay. Right.
Align my whole...
There we go. Okay, so we got Discord working as well.
I think so. Wait, I might need to quit.
There is a make sure that you're
Alright.
using the town of us that is in the oh jeez, I heard myself twice. Sin unmuted.
Oh, I'm
Fuck.
sorry. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
wait,
I'm sorry.
wait,
I'm
and
sorry.
then
Ari!
The
We're
ginger's
doing
here.
tech support here.
Oh no, I'm
bro,
so sorry.
I hear 2 voices, bro. What the hell?
Yeah, no. Every time Sid undeaf, I just hear chaos.
What the hell,
I
bro?
got
I hear
so lost, I was
chaos.
like,
I'm just
going on?
check. Look, I'm just checking one thing. There we go. Goodbye. I'm definite again. There we go. I had to fix something. Right, there we go. The ginger is here. Kara is here. Arden's here. Ari's here. Let's go. Okay, thanks. What did I miss? Veneer is absolutely getting strong with every kill. Up to 3. Okay, let's see what this is. I want to put my Veneers in. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. The swooper being the... Oh, that's... It's going to be chaotic. Not a ban or stuff. Okay, wait. It's a character death. We're answering questions. One moment. That's okay. Just be quick because we don't want the lobby to break. Modifiers. I've still got like bait and everything on, which is mad. Bottom Barry has a 30% flash giant. We have it's so weird. I may join later if I get home from work. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's so hard to catch, even organized lobby. Jeez, yeah, but look at these underdog dispenser. It's a modifier. I've not looked at these settings for like 2 years. I'm glad that this is chaotic. What's Doomsayer? Okay, chat, what does a Doomsayer do? Oh, this is going to be weird. Let's put all max tasks on as well. Right, imposters, we've got enough for 2. Confirm ejects, no. Emergency meetings, 1. Yep. Cooldown 25. Discussion time 30. Voting time 90. Yep. Player speed 1.25. Yep. The crewmate vision 0.5. Imposter vision 1.5. Yep. Cooldown. Yep. Distance kill short. Yep. Missions. Yep. Common tasks 4. We're going to put that down. How does one respawning in RP terms? How does respawning work? You get taken to hospital. It's like Doomsday. It's like an assassin on crack. There you go. We put it 30%. Plague Barret glitch. Okay. Hey yo, who are we missing?
Just
Missing quite a
me.
few.
I thought we
Not
missed
just
actually
you.
good here.
Huh?
What? Oh.
Shadows, we got you. What's going on?
Okay, I'm on Among Us. It says Town of Us. Okay,
I'm
what do
here.
I do
Yes.
here?
There you go. That's the first part of getting into the game.
Okay,
next part is
online.
getting into
You
the
have to go
game.
click. Yeah, you have to click play and then make sure you're on North
Oh.
American servers.
Oh wait,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
see-
Right, it looks like he's getting in. That's cool. Chat, tell me if it's too loud or not. Just let me know. And then we might loot this lobby might disperse though. We're still waiting on 2 people. Alright. So You first get down, then you get revived if the hospital, if any hospital you can go to a hospital. So how it would work is, okay, Drew, you do that. Basically, what you do is you'll get downed, and then you get a cooldown. You can either give up or get taken to the hospital. If you get taken to hospital, you have to forget everything that happens for the past 20 minutes-ish. If you get revived by somebody taking you there, you can remember everything that's happened. Super simple. You can't finish somebody who is down, right? Once they're down, they're technically already dead. So yeah, should be cool.
As in
Can we
hippo.
just H as in hippo, okay?
I guess I'm gonna keep undeafening, and people are gonna end up getting like the full code. Chat. Also, listen, this is gonna be the first time we've played Among Us in a long time with community, so please bear with us with the rules. I'm gonna have to go over everything at one point, maybe in the second lobby. As in like once we hit the second, then that'll be fine. We might end up losing this lobby. I don't want to, but let's see. All spawn points set to the hospital. No, it's like it depends on context. When you first spawn into the server, there's an original spawn for the server. You're gonna get off somewhere. You have to arrive at the city somehow. Then, when you die at any time, yes, you'll probably, unless you get revived, which there's many ways that you can get revived, but it's not going to be easy to do so. If you do get revived, lovely stuff. Then you'll be whatever you passed out. It'll be as if you passed out. Then you'll go to the hospital, right? If you do end up dying, yes, it's always gonna. If you die, you will always respawn at the hospital. That's it, and it's not going to be respawn. It's going to be transported to, right?
The private lobby one.
Hey.
Yeah, it's this one, isn't it?
What
This
up?
one, wait.
I think
are
it
you
might-
holding us up?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Yes, he is holding us up.
I have the mod on, bro. Can I just share my screen? I don't even know.
No.
I don't even... Okay, you can't. Okay, shit.
Shadows isn't the most technical person.
Listen, he does a games development course. I swear the only game he plays is himself.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
Right, okay,
Bro.
Shadows, what's the issue, bro? Come on.
Okay, I'm on Among Us, and it says Town of Us, right? Okay,
Yeah.
that's the modded thing.
What's
that's modded,
the
okay?
V something after that? What does it say after V? of
It
Town of Us?
says, could you just repeat the code again? So H.
No,
No,
because I'm undeafened, you
repeat the
moron.
code.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
repeat
okay,
the code.
okay. All right.
Shut us.
Right, listen.
My
Shadows,
goodness.
don't say anything, right? Never
Yeah.
repeat the code. Never say the code.
I'm
you
not
moron.
saying.
Okay, that's
Hey,
fine.
hey, I'm not saying.
That's fine.
I'm
That's fine.
keep quiet.
Listen, what
It's
I'm
not the
saying
brightest
is,
of the bunch.
it says Town of Us V 5.0.4.2,
Our lobby's
right?
closing.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to redo
wait,
all of this.
I'm on V 3.2.0.
Why are you on
Right, listen. I'm starting a temp lobby. Shadows, look in Modded Among Us and download the latest link, you moron.
Are we deafening?
Yeah,
Yes.
may as well. Let's just do. Why not?
Wait.
Player
Can I
6.
do 5.4?
Oh my god. I'm in love. Hey, baby. Survivor. So I can safeguard this guy and run away. Can't get through here. Oh, he's werewolf. Oh lord. Okay. Oh, what? Can you just repeat the code, please? I'm just gonna stand. All right. Okay. Cool. Okay. No, wait. Nobody's gonna die. Okay. Transporter. Look, we love a Shados. We do. Cheers, Shados. We love you. Oh, he's teleporter. Okay, fair. I need some more. It's okay. Listen, Shadows. Look, exactly what I'm saying. We love you, bro. Okay, the only rule is don't repeat the code. That's the golden rule of any Among Us. Yeah, you'll be fine other than that. Wow, bro. Hey, what? Why? Why Arden? He was a nice guy.
No.
Seems like the nice guy is dead now.
Arden was the
Oh.
transporter. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, this is hella chaotic modded.
Oh,
I
yeah.
could tell.
Oh, I haven't altered these settings in like 2 years. We've got rolls you didn't even think were sausages.
Why would? Anyway, where's the body?
This body, by the way, is very top of storage in a doorway. However, I will say, I feel like he was transporter.
Well,
What's
the
a
only
transporter?
person I saw this round was the ginger, aka Scott. And they didn't kill me any of like the 3 times I saw them. So I don't think they murdered.
I saw Drago a lot, and I want to say I don't think it's Drago. So, in my eyes, it's like there's only just we're on 6 players because we're waiting for Shadows and Shaq and Co. So we're on 6, which means we can kind of just. It's got to be somebody that we can clear.
I think it's Kara.
I mean,
I
I
only saw
think
Kara
it's Shinji.
once.
No, wait, I don't think it's them. We were alone in electrical, and my neck is still intact, you know?
I've only seen Kara once, and that was in storage.
So I'm engineer, right?
Oh.
Right.
Hey, Kara, is it you?
No.
Would
You
you
commit
lie?
crimes?
Would you lie to me, Kara?
No, but I'm very confused about what my role actually is.
Is it a sausage roll? Because Greg's do them very good.
100%.
Loving it. I have no information on a 6-person lobby. This is scuffed
Very
as frick, but
confused.
also.
And
it's
voting
okay.
is turned on. We can see who people
Oh no!
vote.
Oh no!
Very
Sold! Sold!
Simpson!
Sid,
Simpson,
Sid,
you're
First
fuck
one.
you,
nothing.
But
John.
You
listen, I hold my
messed
hand
up.
up. My hand is up.
I'm gonna cry.
You silly goober.
Oh no, chat. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Jack's game. Wait, what? Also, Dylan, welcome, Sin. Thank you for the follow, bro. Welcome, Sin. Welcome, Sin.
Hello.
Excuse. Sorry, Ari. What was that we just saw?
What did we just see? So we just saw a certain
Drink
silly
water.
someone vent.
Become.
Quick transportation around the map. What can I say?
So I think that might have been Arden's ghost.
Is it?
Because I have...
No, we saw the ghost at first.
Yeah.
Wait,
Why
there's
can we
ghosts?
see... I'm so scuffed and sorry, chat.
What?
No, when the ghost first shows up, it pops
Oh,
out of the
no.
vent. So since we already saw the ghost before we saw the vent, that means they didn't pop out of the vent. So that was probably a player, right?
No. Okay, wait, no. So I know. Wait, so that ghost came out of the weapons vent and then went into the cafeteria
Oh,
vent.
that's regular. No, there's nothing really there to. If it's the, I think when they spawn it as
no.
the ghost role, they spawn in an event.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They spawned in the vent, then they came out the vent, went into cafeteria, and then... Are you Button Barry? Ari.
Maybe.
I was like, wait, that's only just registered in my head. Okay, I see. Okay, I think it was Arden's ghost.
Yeah.
Okay, so good Button Barry.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hit skip.
You know what? I agree
Yeah.
with this decision.
I think I'll hit skip too.
Lovely stuff, people. What? I wonder who voted for me.
I wonder.
I think it was a self vote, honestly.
Do you know what? It could be. I'm Jester.
Oh, wow.
Cookie, thank you so much for the follows. Well, welcome in, guys. Love the vibes, have you, Tab. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a great time and a great day. I'm going to pretend here to do my tasks now. I'm a sophisticated gentleman. Vib. I don't know who it could be. I'm going to have to pretend... Why am I pretending to do tasks? I've got tasks to do. Safeguard myself. Because I'm a silly little goose boy. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, go. Oh. Hello, Shaq. How you doing? Are you ready for the lobby, my dude? Oh, wait. Can I just... Not the Ari.
So, Sin, I've got a question for you.
64.3.
So, I see Ari's dead body in admin.
Okay.
I see you coming through from storage.
Yeah.
Makes me a bit suspicious, like, could be you.
So did you see what side I came from then, you bumbling buffoon?
Yeah.
I came from
you.
electrical, my guy.
I don't know which side electrical.
Well, if he saw it, is this
It's on the
Scott
left
trying to cover
side.
himself?
Right, I
Is
saw
Scott
you
trying to
come
cover himself
through-
up?
I saw you come through storage from... No, I saw you... Well, let me just get the words together. I was going past comms, I saw you come through storage past me. That's why I have suspicions on you, because the body was in admin.
Yeah, but the
which is above
admin.
storage.
Yeah, and I came from the left side. It's not true. It's really just not. It's not me. It's okay. I think
I
Drago
still
can
have
confirm it's not me.
It's not.
I
It's
still
not
have
Sid.
suspicions on Kara.
Me and Sid.
I have a Ginge. I either think it's Gingy or it's Kara. I'm a bit conflicted on both.
I think we should just go Ginger.
Kara, it's okay. We're voting Ginger.
No, because now I'm panicking.
Why are you panicking, Kara? We just spoke about Greg's.
I'm gonna lose my job.
See?
I'm panicking.
No, it's okay. I know it's Kara though.
No, you don't.
Oh, so you
Yeah, no, yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Oh, I so do.
No.
Yeah, we win.
Oh, I was gonna do that.
I was.
No wonder
yeah.
you two boys defending each other.
Got
Yeah.
So, that entire time,
got debated.
on my screen,
Oh my god. Oh, that was. That hurt to do. Chat, welcome. Hello, how you doing? Oh, it's always just. It is. Look at that. Right, I think we got a Shadows now.
So,
Do we have a Shadows now?
I was.
one thing, Kara's AFK
Oh
for
my
about 2
god.
minutes.
Oh my god, guess who's here?
Did you
Why am I
forget to
called
change your file?
Wait,
You
why am I
forgot to
called
change your name.
Tunify?
Leave this game and you can change it
can
at the
change
top
it,
when
you
you
can-
join the lobby.
Wait, you're supposed to change your name in the game.
Did you think it was gonna automatically do it for you?
What,
What
do you
is the
think
game you
Among
made?
Us knows?
No.
Do you know who? Does the game know who you are? No. You
Uh,
I feel like my
banana.
comeback was better since then. I'm sorry.
Do I have to leave it? Do I have to leave it or?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, leave
you
the-
you have
yeah.
to
Leave the
leave the
game.
game.
Oh
and
my
then you
god!
see-
Then
Balls. Hey, Tommy, how you doing, bro? Chat, this is what you call technical difficulties, okay, Mr. Krabs? Mr. Krabs. Plankton. Mr. Krabs. Plankton. Mr. Krabs. Plankton. Am I autistic? Hidden votes. Modern Among Us looks fun. Cookie, you are more than always welcome to join. Okay. Right, let's turn on hidden votes. Anonymous votes, yes. There was another one, right? Well, how are you doing today, Cookie? Welcome in, Mr. Cookie. Also, Shaq, aren't you meant to be joining the lobby as well? That's not time. C'est la vie. Okay, right. So we got our silver shadows. Question is, though, is there any specific role that you would like to see?
Honestly, I have no idea what my last role was.
Wait,
I
what
clicked
were
a
you?
button
Then
and I
you're-
panicked.
It's like the assassin from back in Day, but on steroids.
Yeah, I clicked a button and everyone like flew around, and I was like, "That's not what I wanted to do," and then I panicked.
You know, I had a feeling it was you because those two were vouching for each other, and then I saw a lot of Scott. I thought I should have just taken my sheriff shot, but alas, I
Oh,
didn't.
you definitely should have.
I definitely should have, because then you stabbed me, and it was
Yeah,
quite
I
mean,
got
to be
you.
honest.
I
Oh,
got
true.
you.
So, the
I was
vent in
panicking.
cafeteria, that was me.
Huh?
It wasn't a ghost. Because I was the engineer, I was just flying through vents.
See, I knew I wasn't losing my mind since then. I told you there was someone to play it.
But he was opaque.
No. We saw the ghost sleep, but then
I
we saw
did.
the vent after.
Oh, I'm just
I did exit the vent and weapons.
Your brain is as smooth as spaghetti.
What? No, it's good, cool sauce. Let's go. Smooth as sauce.
Hey, good luck. Don't die first. It's bad for your health.
It is. Don't fall. It gets you down.
Wait, do
You deafen.
Alright.
With a medic, chat, I feel like we need to also Shaq. Listen, okay, I appreciate you letting me know. Okay, you're 20 minutes out of join. Need to set up. Shaq, if you're very drunk, I'm gonna say no. Don't join if you're very drunk. Wait, boom. Oh my god, I'm giant. Oh my god, I'm big boy. I'm big chunkers. Let's go. I'm gonna go have a good rest of your stream. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, yo, Richie, I'll see you soon, bro. Thanks for dropping by. Drop a like if you can. Drop a like if you can. If you cannot, I understand. Ari's sus as frick. Yeah, but Ari's adorable. I'm a big chunky boy. I'm a big boy. I need to talk in like a deep voice. I might join when your stream deck is charged. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Oh, when your Steam Deck is charged. Okay, don't through it. Can you do modded on that one? Gingy. Gingy came from the right side. I'm not very drunk. I'm just tipsy. But Ari. Somebody tried to get Ari. 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 Ari.
Simpson, you were just walking this way.
Wait, that. Oh, it was Ginge then.
Eh?
I thought it was Ari who died because it's both purple.
Yeah, I thought it was Ari.
No, it's right above communications. I just finished undoing the garbage, and then I saw this. And also, I don't think it's Ginger, because who in their right mind would fake admin swipe card immediately beginning of the round?
Wait, you said it came from comms?
Yeah, it's right above comms.
Ari, I came from electrical.
Yeah, but Jen, you walked this way. You walked to the right.
Yeah, I went to the right and I went straight into admin.
I wasn't reacting.
Oh, you went up. No, I thought I saw you go right towards communication shields.
I'm giant.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait, no.
I'm giant.
Yeah, Ginger was on the left side in reactor.
Yeah, I'm so big.
Anyway, wait. So where were the people in reactor?
Me and Kara were both in
reactor. You and Kara. Okay. And then, so that leaves it between me, Simpson,
oh, wait.
Scott, and, Shad.
Okay, Shadows.
Shadows.
Oh wait, guys, I can't lie. I forgot to unmute. I didn't.
That's okay. Where are you right now?
Sorry. I was. I don't even know where I was.
You can click the map button in the right, and it'll show a little icon of where you are.
While you do that,
yeah, I went to like there's like a little spaceship place, right?
Weapons. This entire thing's a spaceship, Shadows. Click the map.
I know,
Tell us the name.
I don't know what the name is.
It says, click on the map on the top right.
Okay, I can see navigation.
Is this man teaching a coding class or something?
Sorry. I was at navigation.
Okay, wait. Shadows,
okay.
wait. Okay, wait. Ari, who crossed you?
I only saw you. That was it.
Before the end, when you left from the top and you went into storage, someone tried to kill you.
Really? What?
Yes.
Huh? Oh shit!
Yeah.
I mean potatoes.
Think back, because I might die because of that.
I'll protect you. It's okay.
I'll protect you. Chat, the music was on the whole time. I'm so sorry. Was that loud or not? So Ari had. I'm big boy. We're not gonna get tasks. I might just lower the tasks down. I can't believe Shadows is so bad. We love Shadows, chat. We do. Give me leaf. Leaf. Cool. There's no. We have to cut Shadow some slack. We have to cut Shadow some slack because he's faking tasks so fast. Well, I can't blame him. It's like, is it meta though? Gingy's definitely the killer. Chat, why are they all following me? Go away. Hi, Gara. No, it's okay. Okay, the music is fine. That's 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 fine. Is it okay now? Is it too quiet? Apple juice gang, apple juice gang. 2 admin, 2 storage, 1 calf, 1 weapons. It's okay now. Hey, yo, Cookie, thank you so much for the 200 videos. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What?
Wait, am I muted? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, mute when you're dead. Mute if you're dead. Mute.
I'm not dead. No. I'm not dead.
Wait, hold on then. Mute yourself just in case for 1 second.
Okay.
Because if I'm correct, did anybody else see?
Bait?
It's no shadows. Mute.
Oh, me? Oh,
yes,
wait.
yes,
I'm
yes.
dead?
Yes, you are dead. Mute and don't say anything else.
Wait, but it says
Mute and don't say anything else. I'll explain. Okay, okay. I think this could be bait.
I don't
No.
know. Where are you right
Okay.
now? Oh, bye-bye. Oh, no. Oh, there's an assassin.
What?
Oh, there's one of the snipey people. They snipe people in meetings if they know their roles. They knew Simpson was the medic because they shielded me and prevented me from dying.
Sin showed up as dead when the meeting started. This is so bugged for me.
Is it truly that bugged? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and follow Simpson's theory, because if this is the case, I'm going to vote Arden just because.
No,
The body.
you're wrong. It's you.
How?
Yeah, it's
What?
you. It is. I saw you
what
kill.
proof? You saw me killed
Yeah.
now. Oh, why'd you lead the meeting with that unless you're just pulling things, out of thin air now because you got caught?
because Sin and Shadow were talking over me, so I stopped until they stopped.
Shadows
And Sin
is,
got assassinated, so.
Shadows is the glitch.
I
That's
wonder by
gonna be hella funny.
who? Maybe the person who has the killing powers. No, it's not me. I recommend voting Arden if you, would not like to, die to the killer person.
Oh, so I'm a
I
bit
was protecting
confused.
Sin.
I
Yeah, what's up?
reported Scott's body, and he showed me as being voting.
Yeah, no, I genuinely don't know what's quite up. Seems like it's quite bugged, but alas, good job, you guys made the right choice. I was not the killer. Though there might be more than one, so the game might not
The
end.
hell?
Okay. Wait, okay. Chat, does any... Okay, old Scoop... Okay, I'm just a ghost, but does anyone remember these songs from back in the day? The one that we used to do? The Among Us rap. Hey, did you had the news and trust at DHD? It's only flowing those grills where the information you need is to take it or leave it, cause you may be seated. First of all, I'm the king of this scene, popping off, killing beans, acting like it weren't me. Did you see me vent? No. You trying to accuse me? You're voting out a crew. You don't see it or watch. See? I need to find the lyrics of that.
Drink water.
Become. I shall do that now.
Killed
Okay,
Scott, and then he votes me out.
I might
Wait,
make...
No idea.
wait. Give me a minute to just recoup what's happening. So there's not just imposter and crewmate.
Welcome to
There's-
Modded Among Us, baby.
Oh yeah, there's also the glitch. There's
Alright.
lovers, there's glitch.
Yeah, there's much more than
Okay.
just.
So,
Wait,
Shadows.
we the only two good people?
I'm so confused, bro.
Shadow. Okay, let me tell you. Out of the good roles only, there's an Oriel, detective, haunter, investigator, mystic, oracle, seer, snitch, spy, tracker, trapper, sheriff, vampire hunter, veteran, vigilante, altruist, medic, engineer, imitator, mayor, medium, prospector, swapper, transporter. They're just the good roles.
Bro, you're talking too quick. I don't even know what the hell's
Wait,
going
okay,
on.
but then you've also got the neutral roles, which aren't particularly good nor bad. You've got the Amnesia, Guardian Angel, Survivor, the Doomsday, the Executioner, Jester, Phantom, Arsonist, Plaguebearer, Glitch, Vampire,
What
Werewolf.
the hell? Wait, I had... Wait.
Oh wait, yeah, but then you've
I
also
had
got
glitch.
yeah, but then
I
no,
had glitch.
yeah, you're glitched. That's why. No, it's okay. That's a role. That's a real one. So
I was a sheriff, that's how I won.
then on top of that, you have the imposter roles. You have the escapist, grenadier, the morphling, the swooper, the veneerer, the bomber, the traitor, the warlock, the blackmailer, the jailer, the miner, the undertaker. Oh, and an assassin. So you know when I died in the meeting?
Yeah?
Yeah, I got assassinated because I told people that I was the medic.
Then you should have never opened your mouth, honestly.
Liz, I know I shouldn't have done it. Was it you that done it?
Yeah.
You
Someone
fricker.
tried to murder me. You tried to murder me 2 games in a row now? Oh my god. So girls stick together rather than, murdering each other.
I'm just panicking.
Oh no, I
That's
started the
all I've
game.
got. I'm just panicking.
Oh, you did start the game.
I know.
Bro, I
You
keep
lost.
forgetting I'm muted, bro. What the hell?
That's okay, you can deafen now.
Yeah, now you can.
Wait, I'm supposed to. Okay.
Yes, deafen. Trying to teach people how to play Among Us is a meany little thing. Hi Don, how you doing? I love the Among Us rap. I do. It's a vibe, right? I love its vibe. Also, sorry you said you need to go. It's okay. I will see you. Hopefully, I'll see you in another stream. Right? But it's nice seeing you. Oh wait, I can vent as the engineer. I'm gonna. Some people are gonna freak out over that though. Guaranteed. Don, how are you doing today? Sweetheart, hope you're having a good time. Let's start this. Bunk. Boop, boop. Bunk. He's not gonna know a thing. Shadows isn't gonna have a clue of what's going on. Download. Okay, how are you? I'm doing good. We're having a good chat. We're vibing. We're having Among Us. Will you do a stream covering the server rules for new people? Yes, I will. Don't worry. Like this, you know. Hey, did you heard the no centrosity HD is finally thought with no screws with the information you need this. So take it or leave it. You may be seated. Huh? First off, I'm a king of the scene popping off kill. The like want me did you see me vent? No. You're trying to accuse me, you're voting out a croak. You don't see it, oh I see. Oh my god. So close. I had a good laugh. Glad you're back. I'm glad I'm back too. And I'm glad you're here too. Hope you have a great night.
This body was in cafeteria. Who's the people in oh, go for it?
I last saw Shadows with I think Kara.
Again.
I also saw Kara coming down from down into electrical from cafeteria too.
Who's the person in medbay and who's the person in electrical?
The ginger, is in medbay.
Okay, who's
I'm
in
in reactor.
electrical? You're in okay, you're the person in reactor. I only saw 3 blips on the map. So since I
I'm
saw
all the way in I think navigation right now. Yeah, I'm just leaving nav, so it probably don't show up on the.
Bye, Sarah.
Here's my thing. This was a very recent kill because when I checked the admin table just a little bit before going up, I just saw 1 in medbay, electrical, and reactor. And since the dead body wasn't in cafeteria yet, that lines up with everyone's stories. But wait, Kara, where were you?
I was in storage doing my gas.
Storage.
I saw Kara when I went by Kara. I saw Kara coming down from cafeteria into electrical. I mean, into storage, going towards electrical to that side of the ship.
Here's the thing. In my opinion, this kill is between Kara and Drago because the other people were accounted for on the map.
I would like to put in my 2 cents in saying that Drago was inside of electrical as lights went out. And then they immediately
I saw you vent out of electrical though, because I went in, I saw you kind of vent and then.
So you're saying I'm the killer because you saw me vent? I've got to vote
No,
on
I'm not saying you're the
because I
killer.
didn't vent. I think.
I'm not saying you're the killer. I just saw you vent.
No. You just said I think you're the killer, and then you double backed on yourself saying I'm not the killer.
No.
That would infer that Sin was probably the jester. Could have. I don't know.
It could be engineer because it did say events.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh my god! What a dummy!
Fairly
What a
lost.
dummy! What a dummy!
And
What a dummy! Shadow's dead. Who did it? It was indeed Kara. Kara again. Oh my lord. Are we gonna get all? It resets. A dummy. Dummy. I'm smooth brain chat. I need to focus on this one. Yeah, baby! Woo! Allow man. Shadows, you a jester. Your role, by the way, is to get voted. Your job is to literally get voted out. You want people to vote you out. Okay, that's your goal. And Kara as the singular bomber. I think Kara's been imposter 3 games in a row. I love... Ooh, can I do it? There's no way I... There's me as a ghost can do... Okay, I need to fix that one apparently, because me as a dead person can do it. Is that a new thing, or am I just that not used to hosting lobbies?
Another bites the dust, it seems. Kara is dead, but not dead.
Yeah, I just reported Kara's body with lights just coming back on. I don't know what happened. I was just because I couldn't see and I didn't want to go to electrical because I kind of didn't want to die, so I was just kind of camping out, hiding.
Have always been... Oh wait, we're Phantom and Haunter. That's why I thought we were just Ghost for some reason. I was like, have I set it up wrong? Your specific... Yeah. John, have I got this set up to... I've got this set up to my old settings, to like actual like peak Among Us days. Pretty much every role's turned on. This is not a...
Because I was sheriff, so...
I need to turn off bait. I mean, like... Every role's... Every role is turned on. I also need to turn the... I need to turn the amount of tasks down because we're never gonna... we're on 6 players right now because, again, it was the very first time I've done a lobby. Well, say that, but it's really gross. Kara, what are you doing being imposter again?
I have no idea. And also, how is I dead but not dead?
That's
it's bait. I'm turning... It's not. It's bait. It's a modifier that I need to turn off.
So you don't actually die if someone tries to kill you?
It's to do with the programming. You're dying, and then before you die, it reports you, so the timing doesn't line up.
I guess if that happens again, we can just vote the person out who was supposed to have died, and then call a button.
Yeah.
Let me just find out where is it.
Kara, was I right? Did you kill Shad?
Yes.
I knew it.
Bro,
Yes,
why am I always the first to die?
You weren't first to die. You were glitched last game.
Was I dead?
Yeah, I died. I died first. I'm
happy with my deduction skills, narrowing it down to a 50-50.
Yeah.
Also, I want to question. I want to say one thing. What is a jester? What is that?
Oh, you're trying to get yourself voted out.
Exactly. You want to get voted. You want to be sus.
You want to be suspicious as possible, but not too suspicious so people don't think you're a jester, but just suspicious enough so people are like, you know what? I think you're the killer.
Yeah.
Is the game over?
Yes, it is.
So complicated, man. Oh my! I'm trying to get this game, bro.
My thing crashed and I'm restarting it as we speak. It just started.
I was bomber, and I wasn't sure if you could see where I put the bombs down, so then I was like panicking. Because it comes up for me, this massive red circle, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no, we don't see that. No.
We don't see that.
I will say, I'll only play one more because I'm gonna go ahead and leave after this.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I need to go eat food. Actually, honestly, wait. If there's someone who crashed, then this might take... Oh, never mind. Okay, you're in. One last game for me, and then I'll go ahead and go.
This one... Let's go to Polus.
I have one more game in me too.
I'm just gonna cry.
I have one more game in me too. So.
You've got 17 games.
You wasted my medic shield, by the way. You died in the meeting.
I know, I'm sorry.
How dare you?
And I got called out on being an engineer.
What the fuck? Wait.
What the frick? Let's go. Okay, oh my god, I still have Maya. Oh, Maya is enabled. Let's go. This is what we need. This is what we need. I miss the Among Us days. If we start getting more people to sign up for the Among Us lobbies as well, I'll start hosting more community lobbies. Shadows just went, nah, what is this? And then left. Sure. We also need to get more warning. Okay, we need to get more warning into these lobbies. Because I think I did it with like one day and then kind of like quadruple ping people. But I also might just do collaboration. My game crashed. Okay, do not tell me your role though. Also, you might just get a chance to watch what this is then. Get a chance to watch what like the roles are. So I am Mayor. For those who don't know, Mayor gets multiple votes. As each round goes on, you get one. It stacks to each time that I'm alive. So by round 5, if the game goes on for that long, if there was 5, I'd get 5 extra votes, right? However, I feel like because you've disconnected, I might get given 8. So I'm kind of hoping not. This game is also going to be over very quick because I've got every roll enabled. Oh no, living. What's 6 pings? You ran out of. It took too long to connect to the server, so it threw you out.
I didn't do it.
I do. It's because it's Drago.
Why is it Drago?
It's Drago because as the lights didn't get turned on for a while, Drago, who was locked in a light cage on his own, decided, I can see through walls. I'm a torch. You're waiting for somebody to come through. You got bored, so you did the lights yourself. Then saw Arden and I, so you couldn't do the kill and get away with it. I then ran through Death Valley. You proceeded to follow me, but you couldn't kill me because it was
I thought
too
you were
obvious.
following me.
I
thought you were following me.
I was in front of you. What do you mean?
Not on my screen.
So then I ran into hit the button, and here I am. So
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Also, Shadows disconnected because he got 6 pings.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Nah, you can vote me if you. Honestly, I think you should vote me. To be honest, I
Sure.
would vote me if I could.
Okay, that's fine. I voted. You can vote you if you want.
I can.
We should definitely skip for now.
Yeah, you can vote yourself.
Nice, like pretend jester play.
Please don't do this.
I'm getting them out of here. Skedaddle. Oh no, you've died.
Yeah, no, I'm not Jester by
So
the way,
they're not the
Ginger.
jester.
So, good job on that one. Yeah, look at that, baby.
Oh, nice.
I'm not gonna lie. If I really think about it, I'm annoyingly good.
I wanted to
I
be
actually
a
know
jester.
what
I
I
was
messed
hiding
up
in
was
vents.
is I'm not used to the I'm still getting used to the keybinds again on Among Us.
I mean, keybind, shmebind, I was nuts.
So I was actually
Ari,
not
go
even
get
trying to
food. Go
stall,
get
I was
food, Ari.
trying
I
to
love
turn
you.
off the lights.
Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your games. Thank you for
Bye,
letting me join you
Ari.
all, and have a great rest of your streams. Bye.
Well, I have until
Woo.
5, so I have like one more game in me.
That's fine. That's fine.
So I have like 10 minutes.
Do you guys want to see what the new map? Have you guys played on the new map? Fungal?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Look at it. Hey, Shadows. Oh, look at that. He's Somalian. You're muted, by the way.
Hello.
Look at his. Look.
He has to hide his
Sounds
giant
so
forehead. Has to hide the giant forehead.
Oh my days, I can't be. You guys are sweating.
Good luck. Okay, so we got Disperser for 1, and we got the Morphlin. I'm okay with this. Because none of these guys know this map yet. And I just about know this map. And it's a big ol' map. So, okay, so what I'll do, I'm gonna run. Oh, wait, what? Where do I go? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mr. Krabs. What? If I do that, I'm gonna chop them in. Huh? Did he just disperse? What did I just do? I'm too good. I'm too good, baby. Go down here. Vent. And I can morph as well. Do it. 1, 2, 3. Holy damn, with humongous.
Right outside of storage.
It's right outside of. Wait, let me look at the map. I'm still fresh to this. Oh,
Yeah,
this will be
same,
very
wait.
old. Who did you report?
Kyra.
Oh. I was with Cara near the meeting room, which is just south of storage, but that was a while ago. Shadows, I did see you going into storage.
No. I was at
No.
I was
You was going into storage.
No.
Drago.
No. See, this is where you guys play the games. This is where you guys play the games. Nah. Listen. I was at where is this place again?
What the frick, by the way, remember?
Okay, yeah, I know. I was at this place is so confusing. I did the thing where it did the poof. I don't know what it is.
Okay, wait. What role are you? What role are you?
How do I check my role?
It says underneath your name.
Oh, engineer. I don't know what it is, but engineer. Yes, engineer.
Okay, mute. You're dead. You got assassinated.
What the fuck does that mean?
Mute your mic. You're dead. So which one of you guys did the? I knew I'd get him on it though, but who did that?
I don't.
Probably me.
It's Dragon. Did you say it was you? Yeah. There's gonna be a
probably me.
Could be Chester.
No. Okay, we got 20 seconds to decide. I don't think he's playing Jester play, but I just need to know, who did you vote for, Gingy?
I voted for Syntrosity HD.
Okay, so I think Drago voted for himself, therefore I'm gonna vote for you.
Make it a tie.
I don't think I'll get away with it though. I wasn't gonna get away with it.
Carl was playing there.
Finally! Oh my gosh, we actually won, man. I'm actually happy now. You see me? I'm there. Wait, but I'm a ghost, man.
What do you mean we won? You just outed your role and got assassinated straight away.
What does that mean?
Okay, so the assassin
thing mean?
Okay, so
don't ever say your role out.
Yeah, don't say your role at all, because there's every game there is at least one assassin, and the assassin can guess your role during meetings, and if they guess it right, they kill you. And as you saw,
are you actually serious?
Yeah. So when I said what role are you, went engineer, I then shot you with my gun and got you killed.
Flip's sake,
for something.
Which was a great thing.
Who did you try shooting, Sid?
I just done the Jester shot straight away on the medic. Yeah. Arden, what were you? Arden. Oh no, wait, it wasn't Arden. It was Drago. What was you?
I was the sheriff.
I was medic.
Oh wait, yeah, Gingy, what were you?
Jester.
Oh, so I should have flipped it in reverse. Shit, should have did that one. Gosh darn it. Hold on, right? So we'll do another quick one then. Let's do it. Have you guys ever played on Submerged?
Question.
Not really, because everyone back when I played, no one wanted to play it.
Okay, I was part of the beta team that got to play it as well. Shadows, everyone else deafened. Shadows, stay unmuted. I'll tell you a couple of things.
Hi, hello. Wait, what? Am I unmuted?
No, you stay unmuted. Everybody else deaf, and it's fine.
Oh, so I'm unmuted. Okay.
You stay unmuted. That's fine. I'll tell you one thing or whatever. Okay, so don't. This is a private map anyway, so you choose whatever. You can just choose wherever you want to go. Don't worry.
Okay, just choose any. Okay.
Just choose any.
Okay.
So listen, I'm gonna go over just like easy rules for you. Very simple rules. If you die, no matter what the condition is, if you die, you mute. During the rounds, you deafen. Right?
Okay. Alright.
During if you're alive, you know what to do. You unmute when you need to. You deafen when you die. If you're dead, during the rounds like this one that we're talking on now. Oh, that's wrong. I did the wrong thing.
What the hell?
That is a fun. Welcome to a fun. I need to do a couple of things.
Okay. Do I mute now? Do I mute?
Yeah, I'm done talking to you, boy.
I'm mute, bro.
It's deafened, by the way, not mute. My God, yeah. Okay, this way. Yes, baby. 4. No! I tried to get it. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's so annoying. I was trying to help him. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm such a bad crewmate. Whoa, no. Oh, that's garbage. It's French for garbage. Stupid head. Damn. Oh, we didn't know what to do.
Oh no, that's it. No.
Okay, he's
So
learning.
I
He's
guess there's not
learning.
much to really go off of here, is there?
Gosh darn it!
I think Sin failed the
The
Shut
oxygen.
up. I don't want
the
to talk
oxygen.
about it. Don't
Sin
It's
talk
weird
about it.
because they were both standing there, Sin
Yeah.
and
No,
Shadow.
no. Sin got killed.
Did
Well,
I?
that's what
Oh, then
happens when
it's
the yeah, that's what happens when the when you fail to do the oxygen thing.
Oh, right.
You
Yeah,
just
but
kind of
Yeah.
flop
Sin's
over.
not the type of person to fail it.
No.
is
Well-
is Shadow alive on your screen?
No.
Nope.
You were
Okay.
on the second floor.
I was second floor. I was second floor, and then I went down to report it.
I don't get how you go down.
Oh, there's an elevator.
There are elevators.
Oh, right.
So, skip.
I guess so.
Yeah.
What I might say, chat, is we might do this as like the last.
What?
What? Hang on. Wait a minute. Something
Wait
ain't
a
right.
minute.
Something ain't right. Yeah.
Something
Mr. Graves. Let me do a ping very quick to see if Among Us wants to do another one. Let's do at Among Us. Any fills? Let's do it that way. Wait, am I? There's no way I'm gonna get the tasks done. I can't do it in this time. Cannot do it. Open. What's the diagnosis? Give me. Someone scan it, please. Did I do it? Did I do
The
it right?
game has just stuck for me on the Drago was ejected screen.
Same.
Because well, I guess then I'm gonna get my phantom win. Let me see. I can't call him. Well, I can see. Wait. Okay. Wait. I can see Ginge. Ginge, call a meeting. Ginge, I see you. Call a meeting. You can end it there. It's fine. Oh, Kara. I know. Okay.
They're deafened. Just tell them.
Yeah, I know. Oh well, you guys are just chilling. Yeah, you're both just chilling now. Saj.
Well, Drago got ejected, so
Yeah.
Drago's not chilling. I'm supposed to be alive.
That sounds like an issue and not an ish me. I don't. Okay. When it gets
Very
called,
funny.
I'll just get them to call. Once the meeting's called, it'll be fine.
Well, I'm probably gonna head out because I have stuff to do that I should be back. Hopefully.
I'm gonna definitely go to chats. This will be the last one that we do, and then we'll probably go back to just chat and chat. Can I just go? Can I? Yeah. Let me up. Let me down. Let me all around. Dum. What do we think about? Wait, do I have to? Oh, what are we thinking about Among Us content, by the way, chat? Are we enjoying it? Do we like it? Do we think it's kind of floozy doozy? Well, give me your thoughts and your feelings. We're gonna get a task win because he's broken. That's the thing. So if we can get the task done as fast as possible, we might just get a task win. Which isn't to say it's a good thing. He got disconnected. I like it personally. We need to get the full lobbies. That's the one thing that we're missing out on. We just need to get full lobbies. We also need, can I get in 3? I like getting it in 3. Feeling deep inside of me. There's so many tasks to do here. What you do to me?
Hello.
It's still stuck on the same screen.
Now you feel
Okay, so I exited the
alive.
meeting and it said Drago kill was it.
So Shadows, tell me what screen? What is it showing you 6 packets? Is that what is it? Is that what it is? Your ping is larger than 6. Is that what you keep getting a message for? Mucked on a feeling. I'm getting nigh on believing. Is that what you're getting shown? Good shaka. Lips are sweet as candy. They need... Oh, they've got 75 seconds to vote for Arden, and Arden can't vote because he's stuck on a screen. Bloody. Next to mine. I had a next to you, girl. Bug shot us? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. Turn me on. I hooked on a feeling. Am I unbelieving? What I will do, I'll say, chat, this is going to be the last game that we do for now, and then I'll explain the rules. I need to read the rules to be fair. I unbelieving. Drew. Are you here still? If you're here, do me a favor. Drop the RP rules tab down into the Minecraft section, please. Because that's incorrect area. Oh. I think they're both gonna vote Arden. Oh, they did vote. Thank the Lord. Love with me. You're in love with me. Dum 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 dum. I'm getting high, I believe, and that you're in love with me. Wow, wasn't that an entertaining game, guys?
It was. I liked when Drago Kilf was ejected.
I like it. The best part was when Arden couldn't vote. So you guys were stuck. That's it. You guys were just stuck and couldn't do anything.
Oh, Sin, don't ever get me on about that. That was so annoying. I knew it was him.
Well, hear me out.
I am hearing you out.
Exactly. Bear with me. I'm changing task orientation.
There's a bear with you?
There is. I've got bare hands.
Can we change map? Because that one
I have.
slow.
It is. It's also meant to be for 12 players. So give me 2 seconds while I just talk to chat. Chat, listen, if we don't have any fills, we'll call it a day on Among Us. And we could just call it a little cheeky little taster. Have a little 1 hour lobby. And then if we don't, that's fine. And we can do another one another time. I'm thinking Thursday gives people a chance to join in and play some games. It could be cool. Hear me out. Modded Among Us with community. Oh my god, one would never think. Why do I look so tired, bro? Do I look tired to you guys? Is that the problem? There it is. Okay. What I might say. Let me look at this. I see it. Love. Oh, I love that. I love it. 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 Okay. Chat. Okay. So what we might do, if we don't have anybody that's sitting in chat right now, chat, if anybody would like to join, we are doing community lobbies. All you need to do is join into the Discord server. Boom, there's the link. Boom, look at that. Click on my fingers and it's in. You can join in. We can play games. We can chill. We can play these Modern Among Us lobbies. We have got it chaotic just for you guys. However, just for now, I think we might call it there for this one. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Jason. Boy, he's going X-Skin, man. What we might do, we might go and do a run over. Hey, I'm back. Hi, Sarah. How you doing? How is your back? Welcome back. What we might do, chat, we might do a run over of the rules of, you know, the rules of HeroCraft. So let me change it and do, let's go here and do HeroCraft rules explained. HeroCraft rules explained. And we can go to category and go to just charting. Boom. And there we go. Chat, it was a nice little, it was nice to play with everybody back on Among Us. So that's the thing. I think it was nice to play on Among Us. Just for now, we're going to call it a day on there. Can you play mobile on Among Us? You can't do modded Among Us. That's the one thing. Let me quit on this. And we're here. Right, so welcome. Let's put on a different vibe of music as well. I've got God Save the... There's no way. This is the next song. Ready for it? Yes. Not my king. America. That song's been sitting in my queue for ages. Right, let's get up on the stream, Liz. Why was that even in there? Let's get a good song on. We can't just listen to Shakedown all the time.
Shall I have your attention, please? Sin.
Hey, well, did you heard the news? Central DHD is finally throwing those grooves with the information you need is to take it or leave it, so you may be seated. There we go. Right, now we can go back. Shut up. Have you never heard that? Have you never heard the Among Us rap? I don't know all of the lyrics. Cookie, join into that Discord server. It's very... No, I've never heard it. I can't remember... Is it called rap? Is that what it's called? Chat, I need somebody to find it, please. Is it called Sky? Because I know Sky's in it. No. Among Us rap? Folders Among Us videos, the text documents. I can't find it. That's the hell annoying thing. Yeah, we used to have a... There was a rap that we used to have that was called the Among Us rap, which was called I'm Just a Crewmate. And it was here. Where is it? It's called Shakedown. Here it is. I can only remember, and I know, but I can only remember the intro.
Sin.
Hey, have you heard the news? Central DHD is finally throwing those grooves with me. Information you need it, so take it or leave it, because you may be seated. First of all, I'm the king of this scene. Popping off, killing beans, acting like it weren't me. Did you see me vent? No. You're trying to accuse me. You're voting out a crew. You don't see it or I see. It's impossible to see. Impossible with the curse, man. It's don't say like the battle.
Should we call a meeting?
See that? Let me see if I can remember it. I can take it anymore. Put me out already. What's my body? Okay. I think I can remember it. I can remember the first line of the second verse. Right. Okay. Hear me out. No. Hear me. See, what did I tell you? I was heard the whole time, and now you're saying you need to throw me out and get you back off the land. Man, you're impossible. Your vote is impossible. It's up. See, I can take it anymore. Just toss my body out to its space and hit me on the floor. Oh, what is it? Do you see what I mean? I can't remember it. It's been 2 years. You should make your own up. That's my own thing, Sarah. I made that up like 2 years ago in the middle of an Among Us game. It's all about one specific game, and I rapped over this song, and it became my Among Us rap. And I was gonna do an animation for it, and I just never did it. Oh, woo. Did you hear me now? And it's funny because, chat, if you don't know, the VODs don't save music in the background, so this VOD's gonna play, and it's just gonna be me like rapping over nothing. Do I have it in my clips though? I can take it anymore. Just toss my body out and toss me onto the floor, making a mistake. Wait, you're making a mistake. Oh no, it's called. Oh, it's gonna hit me like 3 a.m. That's the thing that's gonna really annoy me. Yeah, I never heard it because I was always in waiting room 3. Because you were the cool kids. That's what it were. Oh lord. Right, can't check. It's in clips. Let's see if it's in here. Can I search for the title? Is the title gonna help me? I know you're saying do that I never did. Control 5. Let's do shake. Never do. I never to stay. Needed to stay. I get drunk, walked on, waste up still. Realize I'm not wasted still. I'm not a waste. I've been fucked up. Do me right here. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa. You should go to Turkey and get veneers. Huh? That's such a... I know you're not saying it as an insult, but man, that is an insult and a half. Are my teeth that bad? And I know that I never would. Cause I knew that I never did. I needed to stay. Needed to stay. Yonk, yonk. They did not. I'm trying to find a clip that doesn't exist anymore. Frick, frack, riggedy rack. Need you standing that I can never do empty-handed. And I know that I need you and stay. Wow. 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 Shadows should go to Turkey and get a hair transplant. Wow, that's just mean, bro. Find our forehead. I know. I'm not gonna have a record book, you know. It's never knew Jessica existed. Shadows, are you in the chat right now? That I never would. No, I never would. XD. Right, okay. I'm here. I'm queer. Are you, bro? Come on. XD. Lamau. So, Among Us was fun, right? Among Us was fun. I enjoyed the vibes. I enjoyed having a good time with you. And I will, let me just change the thing. Give me more vibes. I asked for vibes, not lullabies. Yes. Okay, there we go. I mute it anyway, but I like to have a good song on in the background. Now, Shadows, to explain, there's about 50 different roles active in my lobbies. I like to have the little bit of, you've really got, there was one of the lobbies where, wait, it has been a while. You should watch one of your old vids, see if you can, the thing is, chat, if anybody can find the old Sin Rap, I love you guys, okay? Because I can't find it for the life of me. I just wish I knew where it was. I think I might have deleted it. What comes first, Twitch affiliate or partner? Depends who you are. No, it's Twitch affiliate. You only need a 3 average. You stream for 5 days in a week. 7 days in a week, but 5 if you're me. And stream, I think it's 20 hours, maybe? I don't know. I think it's 50 followers as well. So a couple of things there. Partner's impossible to get for a lot of people, though. But if you put your mind to it, nothing's impossible. So if somebody can find it, I really wish, because I will 100% put 110% into recreating the entirety that went behind that little rap, because I thought it was cool. I thought it was funny. Now, I did enjoy chat. I enjoyed the Among Us. If we can get more people to sign up for the next lobby, it'll be kind of cool. You know, a little bit of sussy. Oh, wait. Turn the music down a tiny bit. There you go. You guys can have that much. Sorry, chats. But it was, you know, we had a vibe. We had a vibe playing. I can officially say I'm gonna push for affiliate. Do it, bro. Do it. Shaka, they still. Oh, 5-0. I was like, there's no way there's a game on right now. But you're right, there's not. I'm just stupid. Who was playing today? Was it Shaq? Oh, well, I should say Adam. Adam will definitely be knowing. So, moving on, chat. Next part. Here we go. Let's talk HeroCraft. It was Arsenal v Chelsea. Oh, okay. I'm guessing Arsenal won 5-0 against... Yeah. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it, little boy. Oh, let me look at this. Just dropped the sign up in there for the announcements. Yep, we're talking about this stream. Sorry, that's true. 15. That's literally a minute ago. Oh, wait, that's a very good time. Okay. Arsenal won 5-0 against Chelsea. Yes. That's what I was meaning. So, let's go over... Chat, do you want to go over some of the rules to do with the new server? Right? Shall we talk HeroCraft rules, chat? Is that what we're going to do? Because I'm telling... Chat, if you watch this, you ready? This is the server rules, by the way. That's a lot of rules. That was a lot. That was so many rules that I yawned from looking at it. Oh, Lord. There's a very simple way of explaining it, chat. Don't f around and don't find it. Just... So... The server rules, right? I don't think I should go over it now. However, what I will say, there's different classifications of ban. if you mess around a little bit. We're going to be doing stuff like warning points. I used to antagonize the entire West Ham fan base by just saying, as an Arsenal fan, and just saying the most mundane stuff. Good rulebook. It's so that the thing is, this server's going to be massive. Cheddar is cheese. That is also true. Cheddar is a form of cheese. It's also a form of money. Because the server is going to be so big, we need to have like a really big rule book. So, and it's not like you can't do anything. It's more so just it's very broad, right? There's a lot that could go wrong, so we need to make sure that a lot cannot go wrong. Like, for one random example, let's see. NVL, right? NVL being not valuing life. Not realistically fearing for your life when you are threatened with weapons or severe harm or of any other means. So basically, if somebody puts a sword to your throat, basically, in-game, and goes, put your hands up or give me your wallet contents, or I will kill you, and they go, what are you going to do? Okay, cool. And just walking away. That's not accurate. Because if somebody put a sword towards you, you'd freak out. Sammy, Hypia, or Soul Campbell. Soul sounds like Soul Ring, and Hypia, Sammy, Hypia sounds like a hippie. So, Soul Campbell. Is that the right justification? So, for an example is like, if there's a group of 4 people come over to you, and there's 4 people all surrounding you, and they all around you with gold swords, iron swords, whatever it is. A hip hop, high hibbity hop, hip to the hop, and the dumb stop, the nom, and to the bang bang. Is that what you were just saying? Or if my character's clinically insane, then I'd be terrified. I would be terrified. I didn't get the announcement pinging for visibility. Much love. What did I say? Because you copied and pasted this completely. Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw it. Sorry. If your character is clinically insane, Drew will hold you a knife. That makes. Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. My brain's frazzled by this. What to say is, chat, what the more accurate thing to do is, because in fact Fake Shack is also here, and I think this is a funny thing to say. The HeroCraft Asylum went. That's just the prison, bro. Shaq is now here as well, so this is a good time to mention. Chat, we are also, if I'm not happy with the system that we've got, but you know what? It's giving me a twitch in my eye already. Hear this. We have a guillotine, by the way, Adam. Look, it makes me yawn thinking about it, Drew. It's not great. Chat, here's the donation goal set. We are doing the development of the website of HeroCraft. So what I'm saying is, there is a donation goal set of £100. Oh. Whoever is the person that hits that will get a free house on the server. I'm not happy. But I'm being outvoted on. Ooh. Magic the Gathering. So, as I said, I'm not happy about it. But if we hit that goal, cool, you know? So it's a £100 goal. Whoever hits it, they get a free house on the server. That is not a multiple. You can't just go, okay, well, if 5 people do 100, it's first come, first serve. Sorry, you know that. But that's it. And now I've said it. So, any more rules that we want? Chat, is there any specific rule to do with the rule list that you want me to go over for the time being? Whoa, I did not know this song was on. I muted it for my own convenience so I could focus for a second. That is loud. Whoa. Is it time for coffee? Crowdfunding, you mean? No. Okay. Kind of. Bit of column A, bit of column B. Will the reviews be posted on the server? They are posted they're in my Discord server. And also, so to clarify onto what Cookie said, crowdfunding, kind of, column A, column B. Not to do like a crowdfunding kind of thing. It's just we want to do the website's a very big part of it, and rather than one of us pay for the domain and for the web development, because I can do all the development myself, it's just easier to. They're in every Discord. They are. Hello, Zin. Hello, Zine. It's easier. We could give an incentive. Basically, if we get somebody to come by and do the donation instead, we can give them a little prize for it, and it benefits us, benefits them. Or we could just pay for it ourselves. But what are we going to do? Give ourselves a reward? It's like Jesus patting himself on the back. Like Obama giving himself a medal. So, kind of like a crowdfunding, but more just like we're giving people a one-off chance, and this is the only stream I'll offer it. Because we're going to be making a website anyway within the next couple of days. But what it'll be is, if people cover it, it's a £1 donation, and you'll get a house out of it. Because it's also going to, and just to stay chat, it's going to save you guys months of grinding. That's the reason why I don't like it. It's very much a very big perk that you're going to be giving. I'm not a fan, but I'm being outvoted on. So that is that. Just want to clarify though, it's the rules. Yes, they're going to be in every server. They are in every server right now. Veto, yes. It's a necessary thing. I mean, it's an evil, but it's a necessary evil. Chat, did somebody say hydrate? No? Good job, I'm doing it anyway. Understood.
Drink water. Become moist.
You're a necessary evil. I am a necessary evil. I'll hydrate again, but this time we... Freaking apple juice, bro. Oof. Freaking love bites. I'm an unnecessary good. No, you are a very necessary good, Adam. I love you. I do. You are one of my best friends in the world. Okay. I'm a chaotic good. You're a chaotic necessity. That's what you are. You're a chaotic necessity. Oh my god, so much sugar, too much. I've got a caramel quintuple shot of espresso and an apple juice. Oh my god, the amount of sugar that's going inside of my brain right now. Chat, I'm having an aneurysm. Like vitamin B12. Yes, a chaotic necessity. Zine said it best about the rules. I'm not gonna read what you said, and I'm gonna say, right, so you've just seen that I didn't read what you said because I can't read that fast. I don't have my glasses on. I reckon if it's Zine that said something about the rules, it's gonna say something about rules aren't in place to make you understand the limitations, or because you're new to the server, the rules are there to make it a better experience for you as a player, to increase immersion, to make the roleplay better. Is that right? Anti-hero arc. XD. Damn close. Damn! What did I miss out? Don't expect you to be perfect. Just you try to get better. The rules are for people who don't want to ruin immersion. Those who... Okay. Not for those who want to... Exactly. So you know what? I was pretty on the money. I'm pretty happy. I know... Listen, chat. I know Zine. What can I say? Bro, someone said they were an anti-hero that board wipes. The context of magic. The guy watches too much anime. Is that by any chance Droid? Because that's who I was watching before. By that I mean Chosen Droid, not Indestructoid. Shadows. Why do you say shadows? Scott, why do you say shadows? That's not it. Perfect explanation. No, XD. That's how you say XD with 5 Ds. XD. I'm sorry, chat. I'm actually... You know what, Zine, I'm pretty glad that I got that on the money. Shadows, not shadows. Look, I know, right? It's like he can't read. I know what it is. You're ginger. Autocorrect? I can tell you now, watch. This is what my autocorrect does. Like, I'm just trying to type shadows in the chat. And it just comes up with that every time. Okay. Azar. Chat, I just don't get it. Sometimes it just be chatting like that, you know? Where's a good song that we can put on chat? It's gonna bug me until I get that correct. Also, Death by Sugar, let's go. Death by Sugar Overload. Don't forget, I'm Ginger too. Yeah, but Sarah, you're a necessary Ginger. The one that we need, not that guy, okay? We can't do this. Right, let me see. First of all, I'm the king of this scene, popping off, killing bees, acting like it were me. Shadows the Hedgehog. Oh, I know what's a good song to put on, chats. Can't do that one. I miss Meta when you do that. I know, I do. I miss Meta. I can't deny that I don't miss streaming GTA, but the growth just ain't there. The growth just ain't there, bruh. I've realized who Meta reminded me of. Scooter from Borderlands. I've never played Borderlands though. Like, it's quite literally, it's just a rip of Terminator, but without the two. I should try get Waiting Room 3 crew back. I wonder what everyone's doing these days, Sarah. God, I should try get the... Wait, what did I miss that Scott said? To be fair though, it would be such a good laugh to have everybody back. You catch a ride. I don't know if that's a Meta joke or a you joke. My name is Terminator, but without the chair. Gonna be alright. We don't even. Yonk, 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 yonk. Yonk, 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 yonk. It's always a good time, man. Okay, chat, is there any one of the rules, by the way? Is there any rule in particular that you need me to go over that's inside of the humongous rule section of the Discord server to do with HeroCraft? Say, it's about time. Morning and good night. I'm on it at twilight. I'm from maybe alright. Have to try, it's always a good time. Also, by the way, Rose, I've just noticed your profile picture is very old school. Like back in the day, like we're talking like 1950s Mickey Mouse style, and I love that. That's really cool. It's about time. Hello, random guy. How you doing today, bro? Welcome, Sin. Hope you're having a good day. It's always a good time. Go activity section. What do you mean by rule 4? BRB? You BRB, Shaq. Right, let me get up the rules and we can say it in this voice and be romantic like. So you want the rules section of criminal activity section. Criminal activities. Worst comic book guy impression ever. Criminal activities, yeah. I know, is it rule 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we talking... Yeah, I've just seen it. Got some quotes. Is it some quotes from Mater? Like Terminator, but without the T. You get the gist? Cool. This one? Criminal activities. Okay, so you put it in the chat anyway, that's fine. So the rule of which you are asking me to clarify on is criminals with the intention to partake in criminal activities that are PvP orientated to limited players 4 at a time. So chat, this one means if you are going to go on a killing spree, on a robbing spree, if you just want to be overall outlaws, you can't do it with more than 4 people. It's got to be you, 3 others, right? That way you can limit, not to just automatically, you can't have a clan, basically. You can't have a cult. You can't sit there and go, oh, this is what I'm going to do. You can have a religion, I guess. But you guys can't hang around in groups of like 5. That's too many. The streets are good, but the streets are harsh. And show my. The streets are hard and show my. I don't do regrets. Regrets are pointless. It's too late for regrets. You've already done it, haven't you? You've lived your life. No point wishing you could change it. What? Who said this? Cult is short for culture. Let me do my thing. What? You can hang out in groups of 5, just not really into committing crimes. Yeah, so gangs or crews or clans will be more limited to 4 when you're doing criminal activity. You can do anything with less. Okay, so it's like a better way. Okay, a better way I could explain it is you can converse in groups of like 20, right? Hang out in a burger joint or something. Hang out at the butchers or the bakers, because Henrik Lefroy, Sir Henrik Lefroy, at your service. Who knows what his voice is going to be like. But the premise is going to be, you can hang out wherever you want with as many players as you want. Just don't go around with malicious intent with a group of 4, with a group larger than 4. Right? My dude, how about the bar? My kind of guy, you know, he knows how to have a drink or two. The stakes are too high. Steak, get off the floor. What? The stakes are too high. It looks up. It's on the floor. There was a meme I saw today, and it was hella funny, chat. And it won't be as funny when I speak it. It's better when you watch it as a video. Can I just download it? I think I've got it. When did I send it? Was it last night? Don't stay away for too long. Don't go to bed. Oh, I know where I posted it. It was in block game to separate. I can't wait for the madness of day 1. It's going to be wild. Failure sin. Shadows and myself went back to rob a ship. We can't invite anyone else to be lookout or attack any of the guards. We get caught. We need to find a way to get the whole operation with just 4 people. See? Back? Welcome back. My name's Dad. How are you, Dad? What? Where did I put it? I put it somewhere here. It was a funny meme. Wait. I need to find it. It was a funny meme, chat. It was funny. It was all before the freaking SEO stuff. Where is it? Here it is.
How would you like your steak?
Wait, what was this one? Being dragged away from the baby? What? It's right, chat. This made me laugh.
How would you like your steak? I don't know. Medium?
The medium.
You will like it a lot!
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a funny joke. I'm sorry. How would you like your steak? Medium? The medium in the corner of the room. You like it a lot. So, listen. I mean, like, I was in bed and I audibly laughed. I live alone, and I laughed out loud on my own at like 3 a.m. I was like, what am I doing with my life, bro? But it was funny because it's like, how do you like a steak? Medium, and the medium's like, you like it a lot. And then I feel like the guy should then turn to the waiter and go, I'll have it a lot, please. That's how it should go. Funny jokes, you know. I sneezed at that joke. What do you mean? It's funny. Wow, Zine. How many O's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? No, that's 4 billion points, bro. I think you had the channel's all-time high. You just gambled. Hey. Okay. Hear me out. Okay. Okay. Hear me out. Okay. So I think that's all that we need to talk about the rules. Chat, if you don't know the rules, just look over in Discord. It's self-explanatory. I'm going to go back on for the next stream. That is okay. Chat, you know what I'm going to do, actually? And I know it's a little bit of an early end. However, if you guys are still here and you guys are vibing, you've had a good time so far, listen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a compromise with you. I'm going to do a little I'm going to do an early end of stream now. We'll do a raid. So, Cookie, if you're still here, Sarah, if you're still here, stick around. We'll do a quick raid, go over, help out with the raid. And then we'll be back on Thursday. I'll do an Among Us lobby, and we'll do a big Among Us lobby. We'll promote it very well on early. And then on Friday, we have the launch of the private closed beta. So do me a favor, go over into Discord, check out the announcement section. You can see it here. I'll even show you very quickly on stream just so you guys know. Friday is going to be a good day. So if you guys know, look, you'll see that there's already 20. You guys can't see because it's chat in there, but look down there, just down. You see, just down there. It's got 21 people reacting to it so far, and that's just in my server. Never mind the other ones. It's going to be a very fun closed beta. You are allowed to stream it if you're a content creator. There's going to be content creators on there as well. 100% roleplay. We're testing it out in beta live on stream. Who knows? I might even jump on there and do a very quick rundown Thursday night as well. Whoa! So join in. I'm going to end a little earlier then. I want closed alpha. That's what, just invite you right now. A lot's going to break, and I can't wait for everything to break. Chat, I cannot wait. I can't wait for everything to break. Everything breaking is what we want, because the more that breaks, the more that we know. Okay? Now, who is the Muffin Man? You know, chat, let's make a new friend. Start mewing. I don't like mewing. It makes my teeth feel weird. I'm not a fan of that. I'm going to be fixing bugs like crazy. Me when I'm a exterminator. Me when I'm ant bully. Right, let's find a new friend, chat, shall we? Maybe not one that when we raid them, they'll ban us. If you know, you know. I raided somebody and then they banned us straight away saying that we were baiting raids. I was like, what do you mean? New friend, new friend, new friend, new friend. Me as Henrik Lefroy, but I'm actually a Jewish tow truck driver called Meta. Sin is an anteater. It's true. Let's see. This person's been live for 7 minutes. No, you've been live for too little. Those aren't viewers. We need you to be here. Solo survival 28. We can't do that, chat. That's too sweaty. For real, baiting stomach, raid baiting. Oh, bro, it's okay. And then they put me through. I tried to go through. It's like, hey, listen, if you're watching my stream right now, I want you to know you've got a very bad unban system for someone with a 4 average. But it was just mental. They were like, oh, we're not going to process your ban because the ban message was there, and I requested an unban. So I wrote out my message, and then I went, we're not going to read the message that you just put here. Put it in a Google Doc where we'll store your Google Drive thing. It's taking too long. Bye. Wow, Adam. Look at it. You don't like my talking skills? That's okay. I don't need you here anyway. Longest goodbye forever. I'm sorry, chat. I'll end. It's okay. He's a console player. Oh my god, it's actually boring. We need new friend. You. Who are you? Hardcore, day 222, 42 hours, part 14. Live for 3 hours. Let's go. Your name is Steph and Minnie.
Grab this out and
You're English.
Like that.
You're cool.
Coal. Redstone.
Okay, look at this.
Okay.
Right, chat. We're going to go over to new friend. Let's go say hi to new friend. You're cool. She wears glasses. Just like me. Chat, okay, so this is it from me for today. We're going to end a little bit earlier. Not that we normally do. We normally go on for 6 towards 8 hours. Oh. We're going to go live on Thursday. We'll do Among Us and Minecraft overview. Maybe some more lore-accurate event that we can talk about. I'm going to start writing up the Terralithia HeroCraft, the first couple of pages, because I want to start doing some storytelling streams, because I feel like that might be some cool. So maybe keep a lookout for that next week. That might be something cool that we can do. But chat, Thursday is going to be modded Among Us again with a proper lobby. And then we're going to go into Minecraft because we've got the launch of the server on Friday. How fun is that going to be? Say it with me now. Oh. Until then, though, chat, have an amazing night. Have an amazing Tuesday night. I'll catch you all Thursday for the next stream. We're not live tomorrow. I'll be working hard on HeroCraft with the rest of the crew, like Drew, like Zine, like you, like me, so that we can go out on Friday. Until then, chat, have an amazing night. God bless. Get yourself hydrated. I love you all. Until next time. Peace off. I don't know what the freaking hell I just did then. Bye.